bugger off. Put this thing on. Crazy on me, like that. There we go. So, sorry. Sorry, technical difficulties, guys. I don't want to ask Gemini anything. I don't even know what Gemini is. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then, phone number 3. You know what? I'm not going to do TikTok. I'm going to try the other one. The rainbow one. Live video. Bruh, stop it. I don't know how to do a live. Oh, the rainbow one, yeah. Hey, Uilani, how's it? I tried one new platform tonight too. We'll see. I can click on live. I don't want to view lives. I want to do lives. TikTok, blah blah blah. Go live. There you go. What is all of this? I don't want OBS. What the heck? No, stop it. Hey Sandy, how's it? Alright, let's see how this thing works then. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I can use the other one. Ooh, bugs. Yeah. Oh, bees on my face. Hi, bee. All right, the light is not going on my face no more. Okay, yeah, no more. Hey, Troy, how's it? Sorry. Trying to figure something out over here. I don't know if I'm gonna give it one last shot. Mirroring. I can start live. One live is pending. You know what? I'll mess with this around later. Yeah, I'll mess with this later. We'll do TikTok.
Stop, please.
Yeah. It's your light on the head, bro.
No.
Yeah. And here's, you got the cutter, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Go live. Here we go. Hey, Keith, how's it? Okay, so something went wrong. Of course. Facebook. I don't see any Facebook comments, but I see 5 people, so I don't know if that's working or not. But here we go. Put you guys around again. And oh, here we go. Hey, Troy. Get Nat and his son with me tonight. Neil, how's it? Joy, how's it? So I did go live on. I didn't go live. I went out on Tuesday, and I never tell you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't go live. I went out, but I didn't go live. Bro, it's just one of those nights, bro. Look, not even working. Look. Oh, yeah. Hey, Phoebe, how's it? So we'll go over a little bit about what happened. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Oh, here we go. We're on TikTok. That's my hat.
It's behind you.
It's behind me now. I have to stay moving. There we go.
Come here, come here. Get on down, help me.
I don't know how to. I have a thing on my. Here we go.
Here you go.
I have a cake on my screen, and I don't know how to get rid of it.
Honestly.
It types in hi. There you go. I don't know how to get rid of the cake on my screen. It's been there for like a couple months now. Hey Joy, how's it? Cheryl, how's it? Nah, no more skinwalkers, just night marchers over here. Ghostface.
Gone.
Ghostface killer. How you do that, bro?
It on the top it says drag to delete.
Oh, my man. Thank you. It's been
Come here. Let's do your finger.
yeah. Hey, go do that with your father. Because that's kind of for you, yeah? There you go. That's better. Okay, so
Man, I can help you.
yeah, there we go. I think we're good. Okay, we got phone, iPad. Good. So I've been following this guy on YouTube for a while, and I watch him occasionally, and I talked about him too. His name is Bubba After Dark. It just amazes me how brother man can go and do a live video for 7-8 hours at a time every single night. This guy travels the country, you know what I mean? He travels the country and he does ghost investigations and all of that stuff, and it's awesome, you know what I mean? It's awesome, the stuff that he does. And he found himself on the Big Island on Monday. And so that piqued my interest. I got a message for, telling me that, oh, get one guy over here, you know what I mean? And he had some really cool local people with him as well, right? And so they took him around and showed him around. It was awesome. He came over Oahu. We never had nobody on Oahu, and so they were at the Pali Lookout, and people were typing in what they thought was, I guess, the history of the lookout, but it wasn't very accurate. And I just kind of had an urge. When I was pow with work, I drove up over there and I put together a ho'okupu real fast. You know, poi, food, and tea leaves, and wrap them up. So I did that, and I just walked up to the lookout and I met Bubba and Bean, and it was awesome. It was like, I walked up, I introduced myself, and I said, okay guys, here, and I give them the whole kupu, and I'm like, I need you guys to go over there to the ahu, to the altar, and present it to the spirits and ask for permission and tell them thank you and all of that stuff too. Asian Silk Prince Aloha. Hey everybody, how's it? So yeah, and we ended up making 2 new friends, Bean and Bubba. Really awesome individuals. They were doing, not really investigating, but kind of, and just showing off Hawaii from like 2 p.m., you know what I mean, Hawaii time. They went to Oahu Cemetery when it was still open, so I showed up with them after I went home, changed clothes, that kind of stuff, and told them some of the stories and some of the legends and all of that stuff, and the history and all that. Was really, really cool. Hey, real fast, can you guys on YouTube hear me good? This phone I think was a little damaged, and I'm curious. And there's a bee just buzzing all over me. Yeah. So I made good friends, and then they're very generous, very friendly. They brought me and Matt. We met them up here at Judd, and we did they did a live video, and we walked around. We kind of showed them around, told them some of the stories, and we told them a night marcher story. And then they did an investigation right kind of near where we're sitting, and it was Estes. It's I don't know if it's a technique. That's what I heard. It was called that before. Estes is we did that, and that was pretty nuts. It was cool. I've never done that before. I've heard about it, where I have the spirit box and it's going to my headphones, and I have headphones on. I cannot hear anything but the spirit box, and I have a blindfold on, and I just speak whatever words I hear for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the people I cannot hear are asking questions and talking to me and that kind of stuff, and kind of trying to see that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, the pulley is really cool. Yes, Joy. I saw your post, Joy. Congratulations. Oahu has a big. We have a big loss down over here. We're gonna miss you guys for sure.
Fiji just passed away too.
Huh?
Fiji.
Yeah,
Passed away
Fiji.
too,
Yeah.
the other night.
Yeah. Hey, Aussie. Good day. Chris, how's it? How's it? Yeah. So I wanted to show you guys the video and turn the audio on and stuff like that too. It was
Upside down.
it was pretty nuts.
It's upside down.
But for now, we're just gonna talk story, hang out a little bit. Matt, them are doing something. Yeah. So
Yeah. Sorry, if you guys hear me in the background, trying to teach my son
yeah.
something here a little bit.
Oh, thank you, bro. There's no bears here. This is Hawaii. The only thing that the flashlights attract are the bees and the bugs and stuff. No more bears in Hawaii. Although, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. It would be nice. Yeah, Joy. Message me after. Yeah. Yeah, the Pali Lookout is cool. I mean, I could just tell. I tell stories all night anyway. Yeah. Lady Gigi, we stay in Uanu, Old Pali Road. Hey, mahalo for the rose. Yeah, so it was a trip. These guys are really awesome guys. They're really awesome dudes. They show respect, and the way I would describe it is, they show respect in how they were taught how to show respect. You know what I mean? And so islands might be a little different how you show pono and show respect, but it was still amazing and awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Chris Jarvis, you follow Bubba too, yeah? I saw you on the stuff. When I was at the lookout with my castle shirt on. Faith, how's it? How's it? I'm guessing Michael with you. Sorry. You get bees all over. If I get rid of the bees, it's gonna look like nothing. All the lights gonna be off. But I might do a bee trap. Turn on the light. And throw the light over there. There you go. So the bees will go over there. It was... Bubba reminded me of my friend Eric. Eric was... actually, it's funny because Eric is from Ohio. He's a paranormal investigator and all that stuff. And, you know, he does things good. Yeah. And it was always a pleasure working. He had a lot of cool tools that responded very well. It was awesome. It was very, very cool. Yeah. But first, before we begin this, yeah, I want to go ahead and ask the kupuna, the spirits, yeah, for permission. So, yeah, aloha kupuna. Aloha to the spirits. Thank you for allowing us here the other night. Aole pilikia. I am sorry if anything that was brought here I had upset you. But it was an amazing experience. Thank you for talking and making yourselves known. Yeah. Learning is the key here. Yeah. Sharing our mana'o and stuff. And you guys, I feel like you guys came through really strong. Many of you guys. So mahalo for that. But we'd like to ask permission to be here tonight and just talk story and kind of go over it. Maybe tell a few other stories as well if you'd like. Yeah. If you want us to leave, just let us know and we'll go ahead and hele. Mahalo. I was just on vacation on your island and it was too fast. Always is too fast. Brad, how's it? Conrad, how's it? Okay, there we go. So I also have started Bubba guys introduced me to a platform called Rainbow, REINBOW. I think I might be trying that out. If I do, I'll leave a link and post about it and stuff like that on probably Facebook and on YouTube, just to see, because that's the main app you use, and there's a great community of people behind here. that I got to hang out with and talk story with and get to know and all of that stuff. It was amazing. They love to learn the respect. They love to learn the porno. They love to learn everything. You know, they just ate it all up. I don't know what I did on my phone. Here we go. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, one of the most haunted states. Oh, okay. Throwing all the UFOs and Bigfoot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I told them next time I see them, I'll share them with them the story of when I went up to Wisconsin just recently and reinvestigated the succubus story, yeah, with my friend Adam. Congrats. Hey, all right. The real Auntie Norma. Thank you. Noah, how's it? Oh, I know you. How's it? Aloha. Thank you. Yeah, I'm on TikTok now, but I'm not gonna dance. So, I will share. What story should I share? Last week we did Bobby Mackey stories and all of that stuff, and you know what? I guess I got another kind of a scarier story. It's something that had happened to me. Yeah, no worry, Joy, not that story. Bro, these bees are relentless, dude.
Yeah, you smell it. The kindness,
The monster, yeah.
the aqua.
Oh, the aqua too. Bro, get off my hand, you bee. People are leaving this platform for Rumble. What is Rumble now? I gotta download another app and get another phone.
One thing, she's moving too fast, huh?
Yeah, I know. I think I'm gonna let it settle down for a little bit, but I like the
No, I mean
community.
the different apps.
Yeah,
Changing every
TikTok
5
is-
minutes.
TikTok is what, 60, 70, 80% they're taking now. So creators are stopping using TikTok.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if they can ban them too, so.
Yep. All right, so you know what? Yeah, why did you do that? Actually, I'll do another story, one that's a little more
Got that,
appropriate.
yeah. You can do things in trees, yeah. Trees is a good number.
In Hawaii, we have spirits. No, I gotta preface this as well with we have gods and demigods, but they're always a lowercase g, right? They're always created by God. There's always one ultimate power in God and all of that stuff as well. Yes, I know. Guam is awesome too. Sorry. Do one in Kaimuki. I'm more scared of the chronics in Kaimuki. But yeah, I know. Sorry. So we have a spirit in Hawaii called mo'o. The mo'o are lizard people, according to the old Hawaiian tradition. The Hawaiian mo'olelo, that kind of stuff. In fact, mo'olelo is mo'o and olelo. Mo'o is a lizard. Olelo is the spoken word, the Hawaiian language. Mo'olelo is stories, legends. It's how one word is attached to another word that creates a story in the same way that a mo'o or a lizard from the tail all the way to the tip of its head is just one row of vertebrae connected together and make the lizard, just like these words and ideas connected together and make a story. That's what mo'olelo means. One of my kumus at the college said it's a talking lizard. It's Geico. It's insurance that your culture will survive. Rumble. I gotta do Rumble. I gotta check out Rumble too then. But I mean, I've done so many stories of mo'o. When I used to do the ghost tours, 2008 to 2014, we would go down the Pali, and we'd go down the road and we'd tell the story of mo'o. One of Glenn Grant's stories about Stephen, how Stephen was walking down the Old Pali Highway with this beautiful local girl, who ended up basically, yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole story, but the face disappearing. Her feet vanishing, luring him off the cliff, and then laughing in his ear as he was running back up to the lookout, saying, "I'll get you next time." I've had personal experiences up there on tour in front of 20 plus people, where I'm standing down on the top of the old road and doing the story, and I explain mo'o. The mo'o can be calling spirits, right? They will call out to you, but just the bad ones are calling spirits, and they will try to lure you off the cliff and lure you to your death and stuff like that. Not all of them, not even majority of them, but as I'm saying this, if you're a man, you're gonna hear a woman calling, you know what I mean, or seducing you. But if you're a kid or you're a woman, it's gonna take on whatever it's gonna take to get you there. It's gonna be a child crying for help, or a child saying, "Come, let's play." Most likely, that kind of stuff, right? Um, and so, as I was explaining that one night on the tour, we hear a little girl down the old Polly Road. This was about 1 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I'm trying not to read the comments, but the comments popping up because I get distracted. About 1 o'clock in the morning, we're down over there, and we hear a girl just down the old windy Polly Road, the old one that's all closed off and overgrown. We hear a little girl saying, "Hey, hey you, come help me. Hey, hey you, come help me." And I'm like, I stop talking. I'm looking down the road. I look at the group, and I'm like, am I tripping out? Did you guys hear that? And they're all just like, what the hell was that? And I'm like, you guys heard that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I think we need to go. And one of the guys in the group is like, what if it's a real girl that needs help? So I handed him my flashlight. I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, check it out, bro. I'm not gonna go down there and help her. You can go ahead. You want to help her? Go ahead. Here's the flashlight. Go. Of course, he never did, right? But that got me thinking, maybe what if? And so I call back, and I'm like, who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? And I just keep asking questions, and a few seconds later, I hear the same thing, like a broken record. Hey, hey you, come help me. Hey, hey you, come help me. And I'm like, okay, last chance. You gotta tell me your name. You gotta tell me how old you are. You gotta tell me your mother's name, your father's name. I don't care. Just tell me something else, and I'll come down and look for you. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, we're leaving. Bye. We got up and we left. That was very kind of like, what the heck, dude? You do this a long time. These kind of things don't obviously happen so blatantly. About a few weeks later, we get to the Polly Lookout again, and we just get out of the van in the parking lot. And then, we hear that same voice, this time in the parking lot, coming out of the bushes that all the chickens always hide in, right? That same voice is in the bushes. Hey, hey you, come help me. And I watch everybody. I never say nothing. I feel safe. I'm right by the van, I watch everybody pile back into the van and say we needed to get out of there. They were so scared. They didn't know that I heard that they thought it was a ghost, but they were scared. It was like a jump scare for them. And it could have been a girl in the bush, right? But I was like, no. That was a good idea, because I heard that same voice, those same words a few weeks back. And then a little while later, we're doing a day tour. We go to Likeke Falls, which is the falls when you come in Kaneohe bound out of the tunnel. It comes down, you can hike up to it. So we take the day tour, we take them hiking up to it, we tell them some mo'olelo, some of the Hawaiian history, that kind of stuff. And then they're standing around taking pictures, and I'm like, okay, I think it's time to go back now, And as we're kind of just meandering back together, taking the few last minute pictures, coming from the top of the waterfall, you hear that same voice, the same girl, the same words. Middle of the day, 10:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I don't say nothing. I'm looking around. There's people everywhere, right? Just like everywhere else on Oahu, there's people everywhere. And so I watch my group freak out and run. Running away from the guy that has the van keys. They ran and didn't stop running until they got back to the van. And I had to run after them, and I was sweating my okole off, and I'm like, dude, they were freaked out. And I asked them, dude, it's like 10:30 in the morning, what the heck? And they said that they felt that something was telling them to run. Yeah. So these are the calling spirits, yeah? These are the things that can tend to do this kind of stuff. But I walked to the top of Likeke Falls one night with some buddies of mine and a psychic girl named Jennifer. We got up to the top, and I wanted to do a little offering. Now, for me, in Hawaii, we have the mo'o, right? In Japan, they have the kappa, and they're very, very similar. You ever heard of the kappa? Yeah. The kappa maki, the kappa roll, it's binki sushi, and It's just cucumber and rice.
You know the video game couple.
Oh, you know the,
The
video,
video
game
game
couple.
character.
Okay. It
Yeah.
has a bowl of water on its head and a turtle shell on the back. Yeah, they're calling spirits just like the mo'o. Just like mermaids in many other cultures. You're supposed to throw a cucumber in the water with the child's name carved into it, and they won't eat the child. That's the offering for them to spare the child. So I had read they like cucumbers, right? So I went over to Likeke Falls and I offered them a cucumber, and they was like, "Bro, what the hell is this?" A lot of stuff started happening. I could feel it was the ho'okupu was not accepted, and they were just kind of confused. Like, what am I supposed to do with this, right? So we get back, so we're up over there, and the place just starts to feel weird. And Jennifer looks at me and she's like, "Joe, they're upset with you," and I'm like, "Because of the cucumber?" She's like, "No, because of the story you just told us. They're not bad. One of them is bad, and they don't let him up there. But they are not bad. And you tell your stories like all mo'o are calling spirits, and all mo'o are going to lure you to your death. Most of them, they don't care. They just chill, they hang out, they help people, right? So that's the disclaimer I have to do. I have to put out is that no, they're not bad. A lot of them, they're very protective. They protect the waters and the things in it and around and near, and a lot of them have been helping out as well, right? So it's really, if you got a mo'o in the area, you're kind of blessed, yeah. Hold on, let's see. I'm seeing some of these comments here. Mandy. Oh, I missed a lot of stuff on YouTube, huh? Rumble, Rumble. I have had a lot of ghost encounters. I'm an empath. Yes, it's a weird feeling in your mind. You have to say no. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it. Melody, how's it? Hiccups, how's it? Aussie, I said hi to you again. I lived in a house and man kept yelling, "Hey," and knocking on the walls. I hope not in threes. I asked him to talk to me, but he didn't. A clock busted on the wall. I cried and knew something was about to happen. I got a phone call. My nephew got into an ATV accident. Oh man. I like your comments, Stephen. Bird sage and frankincense and all of that. There we go. In Hawaii, you typically don't do that though. Yeah. And I don't know if anyone's typing anything on TikTok because I'm being spammed out by everything else over here. So, e kalamai. Danny, I have investigated the Waipahu Plantation Village, or the Hawaii Plantation Village, many, many times, but they have since closed their doors to this kind of stuff, yeah. So, yeah. It was in threes. Threes are never good, Mandy.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
text that too, but I'm gonna try to use the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny, we back I'd say between 2014 and 2018, we would go. We knew the guy that was in charge, and we'd get a group of us together. We'd each give him $20. You know what I mean? And he'd just unlock the doors and come back at 1 o'clock and lock everything up again. So we did a little donation. We respected the place. We did a pule and all of that stuff, right? We got a lot of stories about the Waipahu Plantation Village. The dolls over there, things that move around. We got a really cool EVP as well over there. Just very, very interesting place. The Hawaii Plantation Village has a lot of spirits and a lot of energy because they're a museum. They bring in a lot of the furniture from that era, but the ghosts are attached to the items that are brought in, not necessarily the houses themselves, but I'm sure that the area and those houses each have their own stories. But then you add like the Portuguese house had a chair that was haunted, and that chair brought a whole bunch of hauntings over there as well, right? The man that used to live there, him and his daughter who had special needs that ended up dying in a fire because when he went to work, he would tie a piece of rope around her ankle and the other piece of rope to her bedpost so she wouldn't run away or get lost outside the house. Yeah. And then the house burned down and he couldn't get there in time to save her. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? No. If you are getting stuff 3 times, Mandy, you should send me a message.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, or yeah, I'm not sure
Fuck expert on that
how
one.
YouTube looks, but yeah, I can help out and stuff like that. That's kind of what I do. Um,
There's the sleep paralysis.
Vehi,
Freaking
Kavehi.
flying miles.
That's you, What's that, bro?
Yeah, when it comes to sleep paralysis, I got freaking flyer miles. Yeah.
You could have an attachment, Mandy. That's for sure. It happens. I always say don't be afraid of it, yeah, because it's the same thing with people. If you get scared of them, then you give them reign to do and freedom to do whatever they want, yeah. What is the Portuguese lady witch called? Ooh, what is that one? The witchcraft practitioner. The Portuguese.
I was gonna say shaman, but that's not
No, no,
Portuguese.
no, no. Glenn Grant talked about it. Fatsa,
I don't know. The
I don't
Portuguese
know.
one is kind of too loud there. If I'm thinking what
Oh,
thinking you're
okay.
thinking.
Oh, hey, how's it, Vehi? The Fatsetta. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know if that's pronouncing it correctly, but yeah, the Fatsetta. Um, did you guys want to go do them now,
Up to you,
or
bro.
we can do them, bro? It's up to you. This is your thing, bro.
One of those is for you too, brother. You know that.
Yeah, we'll do them after.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll do them after.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't like doing them on the live. It's
Mm.
not. It's not that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yep.
I do not know that. Fatsetta.
Toyota.
Yeah,
That's Indian, though. Huh?
yeah, that's the one. Uh, I've never seen one Portuguese witch before, but I have had my share of Filipino witchcraft, and that's something I'd rather not experience ever again. I like dealing with ghosts, not people. No, I think how's it pronounced? Potsera?
That's
It's,
what I'm reading, but
it's
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
I don't know Hioka. Yeah, we're up Newt One, same place as usually as always, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do this now. I wanted to let's see if I can do this and it's actually gonna work. I have a lot of ideas in my head, but the execution kind of gets a little sloppy. I did bring my speaker, so I went out with Bubba after dark. If you guys want to shoot him a follow on Facebook or YouTube, sorry, go ahead, or TikTok, or get that if you have the app. You get Rainbow, Reinbow. Yeah, do them like that. I go try to figure that out after. Maybe do that too a little bit later. Um, we did that. Yeah, we did that thing. See, I don't even remember what it's called. Huh? Hey, you can turn them down a little bit, bro.
Yeah. Turn the phone off. Done. Turn the volume
Thanks,
off.
you.
You know that. It's a weird that so they kind of hear how to go.
Let's connect this. No, if we hear noises, I don't want creepy noises coming out your phone and scaring me. What's that thing called again? When you get the spirit box?
What's this technique?
Estes technique. Thank you. Yeah.
This out.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's live right now. Yeah, of course he is. That's one of the reasons why I'm not doing that stuff. Bro, come on. Come on. Bruh. Okay, there we go. So we spent about 15 minutes. I did it first. I put the spirit box headphones on so I could hear, and I watched a little bit of it, and it was a trip. I'll tell you.
It was shot all the way over. It was all over the place. All over the place. And then me and... Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
But
Yeah, his one was definitely different than
Oh, his
than
one
what
was.
yours and what
Bro, they was
Dean's
all
experience
nuts,
was.
dude.
Like,
So
he
you
was.
can even ask him.
Yours.
Make sure that. So it just you can see the numbers. You can see the numbers on the spirit box.
Right. The spirit box.
It's going through all the radio channels.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
So-
then I know
You get Matt in stereo over here.
blind.
All right, here we go.
Right, there you go.
15 minutes.
Here we go.
Bean. Hold on. You want me to time?
You guys can hear him okay?
No. Did he put it on already? Go there and see if he put it on already.
Your daughter, come on yours.
Is this on?
Yep, put everything on. We're ready. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm not gonna show you guys. This is basically just me sitting down the whole
Can you guys hear him?
Somebody yelled.
What is your name?
Beginning.
Beginning of what?
Blood.
Blood? Whose blood?
Armpit.
Armpit?
You can hear me in the back, but it's
Wow.
a little quieter.
Rough? Is that how you passed?
Cannot touch
Cannot touch who?
legs. Spirit, do not touch Joe. Of course.
Go ahead.
Hui.
There's the lights come on and all that.
Hui. What is hui?
Hui.
Keep going.
What is your name, Spirit? Olo. Olo. Is that your first or last name? EMF. Look at the EMF.
The EMF stopped, guys. The EMF stopped. Look at it. Wow. The EMF stopped completely.
Jagged. What is jagged, Spirit? Leaf. Is the leaf jagged?
You should show more respect here.
We are showing respect.
Is that what?
What's your name, Spirit?
Look. No. Wow. No way. Did you
What's
guys
your
see
name,
that?
Spirit?
Did you guys see?
Is that what?
What is he saying?
What's your name, Spirit?
Look. No. Wow. No way. Did you
What's
guys
your
see
name,
that?
Spirit?
Did you guys see that? The EMF.
Asking.
Asking who, Spirit? Back to one, back to one.
No, he's here.
What's your name, Spirit?
Whatever spirit is here. Take pictures, guys. Take pictures. Look at the flashlight.
Let's show you guys.
Name, Spirit?
Whatever spirit is here.
You got the flashlights
Take
going on
pictures,
and
guys.
off. You got a
Take
little
pictures.
bell that rings by itself.
Look at the flashlight.
This is a really cool night.
Come where, Spirit?
Lee, word up.
Lee, word up. What's your name, Spirit?
Voice.
Whose voice, Spirit?
Rockton.
What is rotten?
Rocket.
Bread. Curse.
Bread, turfs.
And curse.
How long have you been here, Spirit?
Bread and curse. And rocking. Ugh.
News.
News. What's in the news, Spirit?
Riz.
What is Riz, Spirit?
Define. Mad.
Are you mad, Spirit? What is your name, Spirit?
Resort fair.
Resort Fair? What?
Alright, so once again, I'm just listening to this. I'm listening to the spirit box and I'm saying whatever words I hear. And I'll tell you, I don't really, I don't remember this. I started seeing faces while this was going on. My eyes were open and I started seeing black and white faces, photographic black and white faces. We're talking, there was a girl, there was a guy. Like I'm watching it with my eyes with the thing on, and I'm looking around with my eyeballs, and I'm following it, and these faces are just like floating around, looking at me and making faces and that kind of stuff. It was weird. So I was in some kind of trance while this was happening. Apparently, I picked up the spirit box at one point, and I took the antenna out, and I was playing with it. You know,
Boss. I'm gonna bust 100.
Is that how many spirits are here?
Lot of pork.
Lot of pork. You like pork, spirit?
You're fat.
Who's fat, spirit?
you're fat. Wait,
You like pork, spirit?
You're fat.
Who's fat, spirit?
Ain't me.
He's not you. This year,
What's going to happen this year, spirit?
Good to know this.
period. How many?
How many what, spirit?
10 Europe euros.
Europe euros?
Vice.
What's your vice, spirit?
Woody. Come.
How old are you, spirit?
Woody, yeah.
Is that your name, Woody?
The song
What song, spirit?
feels good.
Feels good is the song, spirit?
2 weeks ago.
What happened 2 weeks ago, spirit?
Ooh, what are you doing?
No touching, spirits. No touching Joe. Is this still Woody, spirit? Am I talking to Woody?
God, it reminds me of the haunted
When is your
mansion,
birthday,
the bell
spirit?
ringing, you know what I mean?
That's a flashlight.
Between when?
I'm trying to watch it too.
Moss.
You need moss?
Rock and roll.
Is that your favorite kind of music, spirit?
Habit.
What
This
habit
one.
do you have? Do you have a bad habit?
Bra. No.
No,
Pull
spirit?
him up.
Pull who up, spirit?
Dog.
Dog? Pull the dog up, spirit?
What?
So pull the dog up?
That's so sucky.
What's sucky, spirit?
Hey,
And how are you?
your head.
What about my head, spirit?
I don't remember that. Your head?
Merge TV.
Merge TV?
Why?
Why what, spirit?
2, 1.
Who and what, spirit?
Tough. Detect.
You detect tough, spirit? Who am I speaking with, spirit?
Illusion. And
Illusion.
Am I speaking to somebody's aunt, spirit?
guitar.
Do you play a guitar?
Fire. DOS.
What is
How
DOS?
are you drinking?
I'm not drinking anything, Spirit.
No.
No.
Wait, break them.
Break what, Spirit?
Champ. Looking for ways to fight.
Who's looking
Morning
for
pot.
Who's looking for ways to fight, Spirit?
Joe Rolla.
Joe Lola?
Joe Rolla, what?
Is that who? Who's looking
Morning
for
pot.
Who's looking for ways to fight, Spirit?
Joe Rolla.
Joe Lola?
Prison.
Is that who I'm speaking with? What is
Let me
your?
ask you.
You want to ask me a question?
Tens of moss.
Tens of moss?
Wrist cut. Hot.
No, this was a Hawaiian.
What is hot?
And your
I can feel that.
What is hot? What is hot, Spirit?
What's breaking?
Bones. That's what I'm thinking is bones.
My name
What?
is Michael.
Your name is Michael? Hi, Michael. How old are you?
I'm inside as well.
How old are you, Michael?
9 steps.
Are you talking about the steps back there? Michael, if you're here, can you go ahead and turn on the EMF and make it go red? Can you make it go red, please?
Yeah, you've heard that before.
I feel like crap.
Can you make it go red,
I feel like
Michael?
Hey, Mark. Yep.
Can you make it go red? He doesn't want to look at that.
Are you drown? Are you drowning, Spirit?
Look at that.
Making
Are you
me
seeing
Oh
this?
yeah, this stuff went red.
It's not done it because I told him to. There it is.
lethal.
He just did it.
All the equipment is going.
What
on.
is lethal, Spirit?
Go help.
Go help who, Spirit?
I'm
Can you
gonna,
ring the bell, Michael?
I'm gonna see if we can. I'm gonna get his permission if I could take these clips out of the video and post them and see for you guys because it was really
Can
cool.
you turn the EMF detector red?
You guys enjoying this? Or you want to hear more stories?
My food. Piano.
What
Hearing migration.
What migration, Spirit? Who's migrating?
I know that's 45.
Nothing. For real, roll them out.
Roll who out?
That's enough.
You guys asked, did I say that's enough?
Under
I feel I'm playing with the thing now. I don't remember this.
Wonder what, Spirit?
If I can zoom in.
what mnemonic?
I put on the antenna and I was
Can you
playing
ring
with
the bell,
antenna.
Spirit?
Tweak.
Who's tweaking?
Did you hear that?
Nobody said anything. You guys still awake?
The smoke.
What smoke,
Sorry,
Spirit?
you type something, but yeah, I know what chat's working.
Yeah, I heard something back there.
4.
Oh, how's this?
The number 4, Spirit?
Tragedy.
We out doing paranormal stuff. Watching a video of us doing paranormal stuff. With the
Yeah,
It's you.
what's you?
You've done the whole wire.
What is your name, Spirit?
You're in my house.
You're in my
Whose house am I in,
You're
Spirit?
in my house.
You've done the whole wire.
What is your name, Spirit?
You're in my house.
Whose house am I in, Spirit? What is your name, Spirit?
What you used to.
What he used to do what?
Rwanda.
What about Rwanda? What about Rwanda?
Sample. Certainly.
Whose sample, Spirit? Can you turn on the candle, Spirit?
Oh, interesting. The lights were there.
What is your name,
My
Spirit?
house is good, welcome.
And there's the bell.
Feel like pills.
Feel like pills?
Your shucks.
But let me know if you guys want to hear some more or anything like that. If you guys are still awake. Um, it just occurred to me, the antenna. I was playing with the antenna. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Being said that, but that's right. Like a lot of the things that went on that night. I mean, I know I had my son, and I know I walked away and came back a few times, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff after watching the replay. There's a lot of stuff that I missed or didn't pick up
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
didn't hear or didn't see. But I know when you were doing the antenna thing, I was standing there watching, but I don't
Yeah.
recall.
I don't even remember saying these words. I remember saying you're fat. That's what I remember saying.
You know, like,
I thought that was funny. Who's talking? So that's me in the picture over here. I have the spirit box on. All I can do is hear the radio going really fast forward or backwards, however they had them set up. And any words I recognized, I would speak. And so every other sensory, it was sensory deprivation. Everything else was gone. I
Right.
couldn't see, hear, nothing.
And
The
then
people
you can't actually
talking,
hear
yeah,
the questions, right?
yeah, and the people talking in the back was Matt, Bubba, and Bean. They were the ones asking the questions. Yeah. Yeah, those are the two. Those are the three guys. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Here's Bean. That you remember?
If you try to skip to where just before you got
I don't even know. I've never been called. I'm on a person or a celebrity. Donald, yeah.
Super cold guys right here. Right here.
I've never done the Estes method before. Sounds Mexican. I want to say essays method, but no. Once
The
again,
village.
you cannot. Oh, yeah, there's a village down there. You cannot touch him, please.
What are you waiting for?
Protect him. Yeah. This is only good experiences tonight. Donald, are you good or are you bad?
Oh.
Oh, there you missed that.
Laughing.
What year is it, Donald? What's the last year?
Storage.
There you go. Donald, how did you pass? How did you die?
That was like earlier.
You must have heard that.
July.
Oh, that's very good. Who's standing at your left shoulder right now? Oh no, Maryland.
So
Yeah, I
it
know.
was
That's
just,
what we
A
did.
little bit before that.
It was a little bit before that.
Yeah, because we started messaging me about him being. So he gets touched.
Can you tell me who you are?
Talking about that.
Donald.
There you go. Oh no. What trips me out is you can see it when the lights go off. Just the reflection. Can you tell me who you are? Trips me out.
Donald.
Oh no. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can post these. Are you talking? I'm gonna see if I can post these. If you guys want to hear it, let me know. There's more, and I can show you guys more. But I kind of want to do a little bit of talking too over here because I don't want to just say, yeah, we will spend all this time watching a video that already happened. I think it'll be. It was, yeah. So much stuff to do. So much stuff to do. I wanted to show you actually a little bit, Bubba, the last one that he did. And yeah, that's it, guys. Go follow him, subscribe, that kind of stuff. He does this stuff every night. He's doing it right now as we speak in Indiana, I think. Yeah. I did want to share a story because one of the guys, I guess they got hurt after here on the ankle. Like, oh, you good, bro? I hear somebody running to me. And it concerned me a little bit. I think Bean, his ankle started swelling up, yeah, and it reminded me of his ankle wasn't sore, yeah, when he was here.
Nope, nope,
It
not at all.
wasn't. When he left, he mentioned that his ankle was sore,
Mm.
and we don't have anything that'll bite. I don't know, maybe he got a bee sting on his ankle. I don't know.
Sure. And I mean, I know he said he took a spill on the Big Island, but
Yeah,
you figure if that was the case, if it was because of that,
yeah,
it would have been already swollen,
Yeah.
not 2 days
yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
I think that the analogy that you told me about him stepping in the grave and the guy
Yeah,
following him makes a lot of sense.
that's kind of what I
It's
thought.
kind of right.
Yeah, and I really wanted to tell two stories when he was talking about the stuff the other night. That one story was one at Ulupo Heiau with the girl who wasn't from Hawaii. I guess the Haole girl. She, after being told not to walk on the Heiau, the rocks of the ancient sacred temple that's over 1,000 years old, she goes and starts walking on the rocks and kicks it around and says, "You guys are too superstitious." A few days later, and this is just long story short, a few days later, she comes back into work and she's wearing a dress, and she doesn't wear dresses, she wears pants. But halfway through the day, she goes up to her friend who's the one sharing the story, and her from her ankle all the way up to her knee is swollen, like red, swollen, and she's in so much pain. So she asked the friend if she could take him to the doctors or to the hospital real fast, and they did. They went all the tests and everything, and nothing came back. They couldn't figure out what was going on and what was wrong. Um, they said that it looked like the blood circulation stopped flowing into her feet, or out of the feet. There was blood wasn't circulating it, but after running all their tests, they couldn't figure out what the reason was why the blood wasn't circulating, right? And she's like, well, okay. So she left the hospital and they weren't able to help her. The friend said, why don't you come over to my uncle's house and let's see. My uncle's a kahuna, he's a Hawaiian priest. So she decides, why not? She's like, I don't believe in this stuff, but why not? Tried everything else, and she takes one step out of the car when they get to the uncle's house, and he comes out of the house and he looks at her and he's like, "Oh, what did you do? Did you walk on top of a heiau or something?" And she's like, "What?" He's like, "You have so many spirits that are latched around your ankle right now, and you're dragging them around with you. They're hanging onto you so tight the blood cannot even flow inside your feet." And so he did a prayer. She apologized. She went back to the heiau and apologized and left an offering and all of that stuff. And then it was all good after that. But that's a story that's actually published in, I think, not Glenn Grant, Rick Carroll. I believe it was one of Rick Carroll's books, right? One of the experiences. Another one is a personal experience. Now, when I did the ghost tours before, we would go to a lot of places. One of the places was Paradise Park, Manoa Valley, right? In the Manoa Valley. I had gone there with Uncle Joe, who was the other tour guide. And I don't really remember much of what happened, but I remember there was a lot of activity there that night. So much so that as we were leaving, Uncle Joe has us all walk into the van. He tells me load up the vans, and then he stays back by the fence where we all walked out of. And he has the tea leaves, and he's waving the tea leaves, and he's yelling in Hawaiian, telling them they gotta stay over here, and full on just yelling at them in Hawaiian and all of that. And then finally I hear him just start screaming, and I'm like, what the heck? And so I go over there to see if he's all right, you know what I mean? And he's limping towards me, and he look at me, he hands me the tea leaf. He's like, you know what, Joe? Hold on. He's like, you know what, Joe? I will get the people in the vans. You close up the area. And he limps away, and I'm like, you okay? He's like, yeah. Just hurry up. And so, yeah, there was that time. So I put the tea leaves up. I tell them they need to go away. I mean, I don't yell. You know what I mean? So I just put the big kavik. I just put the tea leaf on top of the fence, and I tell them they gotta stay here. And I remember I was there for like 5 or 10 seconds telling them to stay, and the tea leaf went from green went from waxy green to brittle, dry, and brown. Yeah, I had forgotten about that. That was that night. The tea leaf just completely got drained. Um, Uncle Joe, we leave there. We dropping everybody else off, right? Hey, right on. We drop everybody else off. And Uncle Joe calls me up and he's like, "Hey Joe, I need you to do me a favor." I'm like, "What's that?" We had to park the cars in Kahalua, our cars, because that's where the vans went back then. So he's like, go Kahalua, drop off your van, and then come meet me at Castle Hospital in your car. I gotta go Castle Hospital. Something's not right. And so I'm like, okay. So I drive in my car. I go to Castle Hospital. I grab his van, drive back, bring his car over to Castle Hospital, and then and he's already been admitted. And so I go there to check on him, right? And I walk inside, and I'm like, oh, everybody, hey, I'm looking for Uncle Joe. Is Uncle Joe here? They're like, Uncle Joe. I'm like, the ghost tour guide. And they're like, oh, him. I'm like, yeah, is he okay? Is he here? They're like, oh, yeah, he's here. Let me take you to the back. And the lady taking me to the back, this is before the renovation, right? She's like, so what? What's going on? I'm like, what do you mean what's going on? She's like, he keeps yelling that he was attacked by a ghost. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I think the doctor's ready to put him in Red Roof, the psych ward. Because he's yelling at the doctor. The doctor says he got into a fight. He's telling the doctor the ghost went attack him, right? Uncle Joe, full-on local brother, right? So I'm over there and I walk into the back and I hear him and the doctor arguing. You know what I mean? I hear him and the doctor's like, no. You got into a fight. I can see. Somebody would grab your foot and they tried to break your leg. You got into a fight tonight, not too long ago. He's like, no, it was one ghost. One ghost went to attack me. And the doctor's like, no, it's not. You got into a fight. What you don't understand, the ghost went to attack me. And I'm like, I walk inside there and the doctor looks at me. I have the same shirt as Uncle Joe, right? And the doctor's like, so what happened? I'm like, well, I'll tell you this much. I was with him all night from 6 p.m. until just recently and until after he got hurt. And he did not get into a fight. And the doctor just kind of threw his hands up. He's like, starts walking out of the room, storming out of the room. Like, he don't want to believe in this stuff, right? I guess. And I guess as a joke, the lady told me to, they put him in the back where what they call the death room, where a lot of patients in the ER would die in that room, and it was supposed to be haunted. So I look at Uncle Joe, his ankle that he's limping on, right? He shows me right on top of the foot, right, is bruises in the form of fingerprints, like that, like something would squeeze his foot. And then up his knee, I'm not gonna lift my foot up. Up under his knee was like a rope burn. It looked to me like something grabbed the leg, grabbed his foot, and tried to break like that. That, folks, is called Lua. Lua is the Hawaiian martial art bone breaking, right? You get the Hawaiian warriors that are all hyped up on kava, drinking the ava root, they can feel nothing. They cannot feel pain. When spear goes through them, they keep coming at you. But guess what? They're not going to feel their bones break, but they cannot come after you if their bones broken, right? That was Lua. Some spirit back there grabbed his foot, grabbed his leg, and tried to break his leg. They were taking his blood pressure. The thing started beeping, like going completely freaking just, all the numbers just kept going wild. And the nurse ran in to see what was going on. And he's like, oh, bro, a ghost. So she resets it, turns it on again. The thing just starts acting up again, acting up. He's like, I'm telling you, it's a ghost. And then she brought in another machine and the thing. And Uncle Joe's like, bro, I'm blowing up the machine, bro. You see this? And then everybody left and I'm talking to him like, Uncle Joe, you cannot just keep telling them. You got attacked by one ghost, okay? These are people of science over here. He's like, but I got attacked by one ghost. I'm like, it don't matter. Just let them try to help you, okay? I'm like, you know what? Let me get something. So I walked out to my car. I grabbed my salt, my holy water, and I started rubbing it into his foot. The bruise went away. The burn mark went away. He jumped up, started running around the hospital, the ER room. Oh, I'm better. I'm all good now. What did you do? I'm like, holy water, bro. He's like, oh, I'm all good. I'm like, no, bro. Just sit down. The doctor will come in. Think we all crazy over here. They was waiting for a blood test. The blood test came back. He was all good. He's like, I don't need you guys anymore. I'm good. I got better. And then he just walked out. But these kind of stories and these experiences made me a little bit more hesitant when Bean got hurt on his foot, yeah? His ankle especially. I was looking for that. Hey, Morgan, I'm on Oahu. I'll go reach out. I don't have Bean's number, but I do have Bubba's number. I'll go reach out to him and have him tell Bean if he needs to. Cause yeah, Adventist Health Castle. That's the one. Kailua.
I got a hail story if you want to hear.
You got a hair story?
Yeah, I have to do my uncle.
You wanna come switch?
No, I can talk from here.
Yes, can you hear Matt?
You guys can hear me okay? I'm going to share a little, since we're on the topic of hails. This is a story that was shared to me by my
You
family.
like the camera?
Hmm?
You like the...
Nah. I'm
Bro,
good.
up to you, bro.
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
I know. Camera shy.
So, this is shared to me by my family. So my dad's sister, her husband, he was born and raised on Kauai, and sorry, excuse me. He was born and raised on Kauai, and so as a child, they were growing up in Kauai, and there was a heiau that was in the back of their house, or I guess in the yard somewhere in the back. I'm not sure how close it was, but whatnot. But they used to go. Him and his brothers, guys, used to go and play back there all the time. And you know, you got to respect the heiaus, right? And so they would actually play on the heiau. They have Hawaiian blood and stuff, and you know, things were fine. But one day, my uncle's brother decided that he was brave. He went and he actually shishied on top of the heiau. And so after he did that, he went to climb up on the heiau because they used to play on it, and he got stuck. His hands became glued to the heiau itself. Yeah, like he could not remove it. It was stuck there. And so my uncle went back and he ran and he called his tutu. Tutu came out and she asked what had happened, and my uncle had told him that his brother had shishied on the heiau, you know. And so they pulleyed, they paid their respects. His hand was then released. He was finally able to get released from the heiau. However, the consequences of that, my uncle's brother now has no fingerprints. His whole hand is just flat surface. He has no fingerprints whatsoever. So it's just kind of it's a little short story, but yeah, like that's the kind of consequences that can happen to you playing on the heiau or, you know, messing with stuff. I believe the big heiau on the Big Island in down in Spencer Park, the one that Kamehameha built to unite the island. It's at the bottom of Kauai High. It's at the bottom of Kauai High Hill. I believe they have a sign there. If you have no Hawaiian blood, you're not allowed on the heiau or allowed to touch. And I believe I was told there have been.
Thank you.
Then there have been tourists or whatnot that have been thrown off the heiau, like literally launched, you know, for disrespecting and not following those rules. So just be mindful and be careful when you guys come across things like that. You know, so kind of like just kind of jumping into what Joe is speaking about. Yeah, so just be careful, guys.
Just respect everything.
Respect. Yeah.
Hey Mandy, how's it? Says, well, if you want to search for spirits, they will latch on to you. You're welcoming them in. Yes. So I'm not coming out here to search for them and look for them and prove that they're real. I'm out here to tell mo'olelo, tell stories, in hopes that they enjoy them as well, right? They're welcome to come and enjoy, come and hang out and that kind of stuff. These spirits are, I'm Hawaiian, this is Hawaii. These spirits are the kupuna, they're the ancestors, they're the grandmas, the grandpas, you know what I mean? They're the kupuna, right? And so that's kind of how I do this. And I like to learn, even I go mainland, I still like to learn from whoever would like to teach. I have a lot of protection around me because of what I've done and all of that stuff. So yeah, I understand your concern as well. I feel bad. I feel like I'm responsible for Bean and Bubba in case anything had happened to them. And because we had brought them here. You know what I mean? So I always wanted to make sure, that I got to make sure that they are okay. Hey, friendship necklace. Thank you, Big Kavix. Uh-oh.
You want me to get them?
Yeah. Go grab them. Thank you. If you don't mind. It should be unlocked. Yeah. I'm gonna move these under a tree. Wait, oh, and I get the wire attached between my legs.
Okay, you getting that back seat?
I think so. I'm not sure where the umbrella would be. I'm not even sure if I brought them tonight. Get?
There's a big one. I was looking for
Oh,
the
right
smaller
on.
one.
I think the smaller ones stay in the other car.
No, it's all good. Good.
Thanks, dude.
Take the equipment.
Yeah.
I'll give it to them.
I just feel like my phones get all wet again.
Yeah. I've been clear nice night all night. Too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, Tuesday was clear too, bro.
I know.
It was a blessing.
Last night was nice too.
Yep.
And downstairs.
Oh,
Hey, what? I cannot hear you, Dad. Oh, okay. You're, hey, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. And I live in the culture that, you know, all of our names are mispronounced too, so I get it. I'm not going to try butcher your name. But you are Native American, that's awesome. So you have a connection as well, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for sharing, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
You getting good traffic now. Need more taps. Oh, right on. Need more taps. Can I tap my video? Hey, thank you, Jan. Mahalo. And Vehi, I wonder if the doll really had something to do with his passing. Oh, you're talking about the Kaina? Yeah, the other guy. I said before, I don't think that taking Annabelle served any purpose other than self-serving. The only reason they did them was for money. And I try to stay away from that, yeah. Yeah. My brother's over like, yeah, I know. Joe tries to stay away from money all the time. And he succeeds. Yeah, but like okay, so yeah, I get Facebook, I get TikTok, I get YouTube over here. So everybody's like having conversations that are all the same over here, kind of. You don't mess with the spirits, especially bad ones. Oh, well, why don't they burn the doll, Mandy? Sometimes burning the doll releases the spirit if it has been bound to the doll. If the doll is its prison, by burning the doll, basically what you're doing is setting it free. What I would recommend doing if you are going to burn or dispose of the doll would be to bury the ashes or burn it and bury the ashes on consecrated land, like a church or a cemetery or something like that. But that doll is real trouble, yeah. But part of me wonders, I don't know what kind of spirit is in that doll. I don't know. I haven't learned enough about the doll. Is the doll showing signs of demonic infestation or demonic possession? Is it making things happen in threes? Does it come with the smell of sulfur? That kind of thing. Does it possess people to the point where the people around them start speaking in tongues or different languages or that kind of stuff? Does it show the signs of an actual possession, or is it just simply a doll that's haunted with a spirit? I say it's simply haunted with a spirit because hold on, my Facebook is about to go. I don't know how to save it. Sorry, Facebook. Japan has a temple of dolls. It's all perspective. It's all perspective, guys. 100%. Look at it this way, right? You go to the Western culture, you get the dragon, right? The dragons in the Western culture are they guard treasure. They are markers of bravery, and you got to defeat the dragon. You got to kill the dragon and save the princess, and that's the Western civilization. Now you take it and you look towards the Eastern civilization, and the dragon is revered, and the treasure he guards is knowledge and wisdom, not gold and jewels and diamonds and treasure chests. The dragon is something that you respect, that you revere. It's much, much different with the same kind of creature, right? In Japan, they have a whole temple full of haunted dolls, and they have people that take care of them. It's just that simple. You got dolls, they have spirits in them, their hair grows, they eat, their fingernails grow, you know, that kind of stuff. They move around. These monks simply take care of them. They cut their nails, they feed them, they cut their hair, and they show them the respect that the spirit that they would show an actual person. And because of that, they're good. They're not evil. They're not bad. They're not like, you know, the Western culture makes them out to be, oh my God, ghost, evil, devil, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like, I wonder if Annabelle could be more than that. You know, I wonder if she is actual evil incarnate, or perhaps she's not. No way of knowing. I went to a convention for Halloween with the Warrens, and the doll has a on-duty Catholic priest. It demands respect. I mean, everybody demands respect. You know, everybody deserves respect. You know, I think it's a way of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where everyone seems to think it's bad and it's haunted and it's this and it's that. So therefore, it's now surrounded by that energy, and that manifests itself, kind of thing, right? Have you ever wondered how many Asian dragons are servants of the celestial court? Thank you. Yeah. I did have a haunted doll that was given to me before, and I gave it to a Shinto priest, and I believe I don't really know what happened to it, but he told me if it was evil, he would burn it, and he would dispose of it. If the spirit wanted to be free, he would do the same thing. You know what I mean? If not, he'll send it to somebody else, kind of thing, and they'll take care of it.
So, if you do burn it, though, does that set the spirit free?
It can. If the spirit was bound to the object, then yes.
Ah, okay, okay. So based on the circumstances
Yeah.
of it. Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Not too far from here, I touched that rock a long time ago, and I set something free that had been bound there for centuries.
The one down here?
No,
The one
no,
that
no.
we showed?
Going up, further,
Oh,
further
okay,
up.
okay.
I had touched it, and literally within 3 days, in this area alone, I think about a dozen people, half a dozen people died. Accidents, drowning, motorcycle, car, horrible. I've seen some trippy stuff at Iolani Palace. Oh yeah, Iolani Palace. I like Iolani Palace. It's very good stuff here. Anybody still on Facebook? Or you guys, anybody still awake on Facebook? If so, I'll try to fit my charger on. I don't even know where to put my charger now. I'm just going cereal. I don't see any chat on Facebook at all. Not for the last hour. Big Kaviks, I wasn't touched. They charge extra for that. This bugger. Oh, you're on Facebook, Jan. Okay. I'm gonna try to stick the battery inside, yeah. I know a lot of people on Facebook jumped over to TikTok or YouTube. But actually, no, I need to do that anyway. Because I need this. That's why it's drained so fast, because it's also being my hotspot for my tablet. Oh, how do I do this? Nah. This bugger. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna blind you guys for a minute. Oh, that's why. I literally can't charge something on TikTok and do this. Okay. Thanks.
Can't keep the wire from underneath, no?
No, nothing comes in it. Oh,
Yeah.
there is a way. What on Facebook?
Come on. Technical difficulties.
I don't know my equipment. Let's try to get this up.
And pull the plug up and then.
There we go. And here we go. No. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yep. I'm ready. Got these brothers?
There we go. I worked at a place where rocks would give birth to baby rocks that looked like the parent. It was amazing how it reproduced, but never got smaller. That's awesome.
That's. Ooh.
Planting the four corners, he leaves the age. Quincy, how's it, brother? Good. I'm so happy. I still stick by it, bro. You gotta go over there and you gotta talk story with them. You gotta let them know who you are, and you know that's just the regular protocol. Is you talk story with the spirits. You let them know you have aole pilikia. You don't have any trouble. We don't. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's awesome. That's 2 new stories you never heard tonight. Wow. I thought everyone has heard all of my stories 15 times. I've heard of that before, Troy. About rocks giving birth to rocks and that kind of stuff. It's really cool. I mean, we also have stories of people who belong to, I'm not saying it right, the shark family, the mono family. And when they give birth, sometimes they actually give birth to baby sharks. Or like Nanawe, how they would be like a half shark, half person, and shapeshift between the two of them at will, kind of thing. Glenn Grant has a lot about that in the Obaki files, people's accounts and that kind of things, and what he'd seen, and yeah, it's really kind of cool. You talk about a chip off the old block. I did want to show you guys this one, if this thing still wants to play nice with me. Wrong password. I have so many darn devices. I want to show Bubba's one. Bubba's one was kind of nuts, yeah.
You have a name now?
Once again, for you guys that are joining, this is the Estes technique.
What is your
Right on,
alignment?
Jack. I've been doing this for years, every Friday night.
Spirit,
Night?
something night.
Are you here in the daytime?
It's more active at night. I remember these questions. Are you a guardian? Yeah. Oh, yes, we hear that. Are you a giant guardian?
What is your
Ed? Ed.
your name? Your name is Ed Spirit.
Ed or Ted?
Yep. You want to speak to us, Ed?
Oh, wow. I'm not Ted.
Is your name Ted Spirit?
Right?
Clayton, would you like to speak to us?
Yeah. Are you one of Bubba's guardians? Or are you Bubba's guardians?
My name is Clayton.
Clayton, do you follow Bubba?
No, I can't wait here.
How long ago did you die here, Clayton?
1886. How?
Noah Center.
Moan Center.
So I've never seen night marches, Jamie. Actually, in the distance, yes. Keep in mind, I didn't really get to talk to him too much about this, but he couldn't hear anything that we were saying because the spirit box was on, and I think this was him channeling something. I'm not sure as to the extent of his gifts. We had just met that day, but we actually had conversations like you can hear, yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about which plague was it that killed you?
Hanged. I'm sorry, Spirit, that you were hanged.
Did you show up on my tour one night? You're a murderer.
I'm not. What are you, Clayton?
Huh? What? Yeah.
Innocent from what?
Oh, yeah. What were you accused of?
Stealing what? How much money did you steal? That's a lot of money in 1886.
So you did steal it.
I did not steal it.
So who did steal it?
Don't know.
Where were you hung?
Here. Behind me.
No, yeah. I'm starting to feel. It was really freaking intense. You feeling it too?
Bro, like you said, the stuff that he was answering was so on point to the questions and the things he was saying. Like, there's no way he had any prior knowledge of this place. I mean, he's never visited Hawaii. He's never been here. Never been to this actual spot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring that energy here right now.
Written knowledge, I think, about it. And like I say, because we're locals and come here, it was easy to justify exactly what he was saying was the actual truth.
Yeah. Yeah. And at one point, I believe the Guardian was coming through, yeah? And he was talking and
Yeah, he had a few that switched
yeah,
up. Yeah.
yeah, he
But
had
the
a few,
Guardian
he
is
had
the
the
one I think that
he
started.
had the mental patient as well
Right,
that came over after
schizophrenic,
that we helped
yeah.
cross that we all helped cross over. Yeah, that one was I feel that energy. I'm feeling it again, and that energy left us all drained to just really drained the next morning. You know, and so I don't want to conjure that same energy up, and I would feel a lot better before I start playing the whole video of him like that, asking him first. You know, just gotta show that porno, gotta show that a little bit of respect. Yeah. One other stuff was I remember he didn't like all the people that come here and show disrespect. They come here and they don't ask for permission, and they just come here and do whatever they like. Yeah, remember that one, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that one was. He said, yeah, yeah. I don't want to bring that energy back. But yeah, it was a trip. If you guys like follow Bubba After Dark, he's on Facebook. No, he's on TikTok. He's on YouTube, and he's on a platform called Rainbow. I gotta have to read the comments. There's another platform too. Man, I go end up with like so many phones. I feel like I gotta stay on Facebook, even though everybody on Facebook jumps onto different platforms, because the Facebook quality is really junk. But Facebook is the original OG, yeah. So.
Yeah, I put another story in the comments.
Aisha, hey, how's it? Good to see ya. We were just over here talking a little bit about Bubba and Bean. It was awesome. Sharing some stories as well. Bean's on Discord, yeah. I need to get a hold of him. I'm concerned on how his feet. or how his feet, his ankles doing. But yeah. Yeah, here we go. Did I ever see Night Marchers? No, I have never seen Night Marchers. Thank you guys for all the gifts and stuff like that too. I appreciate it. Mahalo. Um, yeah, there's Night Marchers are a completely different story. When you see them, you run. You know, most of the ghosts you don't run. Faye, did I see you? How's it, Faye? Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check them out in Discord. I did want to share one more story over here because we was talking about Bobby Matthews last week, and it got me thinking of another story, and I wanted to share that one. Kind of a scarier story. Like, so I guess I could say where this was, but not exactly where this was, because the area is kind of relevant. The area Mililani Mauka is, well, from the cases and stuff that I've heard and I've had, has tend to shown things of more of the demonic nature towards that side. I don't know why, but that's the case. And this one was, well, maybe it was similar. Anyway, so this I'm on Facebook, and this girl, this Wahini calls me up. She's a military wife, and she calls me because her house in Mililani is haunted, and her children are not doing well. Like, she has a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a newborn, right? Her fiance was off island. This was like, they were like 2 or 3 weeks away from moving to the mainland, right? So the fiance was in the mainland, getting their house ready, getting everything ready for them to come back up, and they were packing and all of that stuff. But like, a lot of things would happen in the house, and there would be things, I forget exactly what she told me what happened. I would have to read the conversation again, but things like doors slamming, and her kids are seeing things and all of that stuff. And so um I got the impression that it was not good. It was kind of more towards the malevolent side. I called up my friends, my team, to get together, and I was greeted with something that kind of shook me up a little bit. My team consists of Guy, my psychic friend Mickey, a whole bunch of people. I have a private group that I reach out and see whoever wants to help me. Uncle Ruben is our Native American shaman elder. This guy is very spiritual. This guy is a badass protector. This guy is awesome. He's a guardian. Um, he messaged me and said, Joe, don't do this case. My guides are telling me, stay away. Do not get involved in this. And I told him, I'm like, I understand that, but there are children involved, and if I can do something, I will, right? If I can help them a little bit, I will, but I will be careful. He's like, then you're doing it without me, because my guides are telling me no, and I don't want to get them, I don't want to compromise them. So Jello came with me, Guy came with me, Mickey came with me. We had planned not to meet on the property. We had planned to meet somewhere else on holy ground and do a little meet and greet, you know what I mean? Just tell her, do a little blessing. So we all show up there first, me, Mickey, Guy, Jello, and we show up over there in the parking lot, and we do a little blessing on ourselves first, and then she pulls up with her kids in a SUV, right? Her kids are in the back seat, she's in the front, driving. She comes out, and I'm talking with her. Mickey comes up to me a few minutes later and says, Joe, there's an old Hawaiian man sitting in the passenger seat. I'm like, really? She's like, I thought of like a spirit. She's like, yeah, a spirit. There's this old Hawaiian man who's sitting in the passenger seat right now. And I'm like, okay, thank you. We'll see how this develops, right? And then Guy comes up to me a little while later and says, Joe, there's a big Hawaiian man sitting in the passenger seat right now. And I'm like, Mickey told me the same thing, bro. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he's a guardian. I'm like, it feels like that, right? And so we end up talking, and I decide I wanted to check out the house. I don't. I kind of just wanted to look because I didn't want to stir anything up, right? So anyway, we get to the house, we get to the parking lot, we park inside there. Nikki's in my car, right? And I pull up, I get out of the car, and I immediately feel sick. Sick to my stomach, nauseous, like I'm gonna throw up, burning with a fever, just energy is completely sapped. Knees are shaky, and this is just me stepping right out of the car. I walk to the back of the car where Mickey greets me, and she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, Uncle, the old Hawaiian man, he wanted to give you something." I'm like, "Okay, well, mahalo, thank you. What does he want to give me?" And so she puts her hand on my shoulder. She said, "He wants to give you some energy." And I instantaneously felt like at 100%, 110%. And I'm like, "Oh, this is so strange." We walked around the house. It felt like a cave. It felt like a house that has not been opened up with no windows. It smelled strongly of an indoor house. It felt rank. It felt, it felt like it was very closed off and very just, like, what's the word? Claustrophobic. So Nikki brought some things for a ho'okupu and takes her and the woman and her kids for a walk. And they walk around the area and they look for a place. And the daughter, Mickey tells me, the daughter sees the Hawaiian man. The Hawaiian man wants to be their guardian. He's from the Aina, the land, right? He wants to protect, but they have to ask him to protect. He cannot interfere unless they ask him to protect. And so they did. They gave him a whole kupu, an offering, and the little girl just loved calling him uncle and dancing, all of that kind of stuff, right? Like a little girl does. And so me, Guy, and Jello, we went to go bless the house, and that was really cool. I mean, when we were done, the place felt like it was sparkling. Like it felt like you were standing in the middle of a field. The smell went away, the claustrophobia went away. It was like a big open field with blue sky. It felt completely light, clear, everything. It was so cool. And so after that, we said, okay, and then we got the Hawaiian man that's watching over them. We part ways soon after. I think this was on a Friday night. I told her, okay, tomorrow, go beach, go jump in the salt water, go rinse off. Salt water is good, it's healing, it'll protect you, take all that bad stuff off of you, right? Wash it away. And I don't hear from her Saturday. I'm like, whatever. Sunday night, I'm at work. I work the double shift 4 p.m. till 8 a.m. in a group home setting with another staff. And so she calls me, and she is almost belligerent. She is, "Joe, there's something here. Joe, there's something here. It's still following me. Joe, it's over here. It's slamming my doors. Joe, I need help. Stop touching me! Get away from me!" She starts yelling. This continued for like half an hour, and she's like, "Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Leave my kids alone!" And I'm like, first of all, you gotta relax, okay? You're feeding it anger. You're feeding it this energy. You gotta control your emotions. She felt to me like she was drunk, like she was belligerent, like she was off her rocker. And I'm like, all right, let's pray. So I do the Michael the Archangel prayer. She calms down until something else happens and she starts yelling again. After about an hour of this, she gets cut off, mid-sentence, just cut off. And I'm like, okay, maybe her phone dies. So I wait for her to call me back. Figure it's a matter of plugging the phone back in and then calling back, right? 10 minutes passes, 15 minutes passes, 20 minutes passes, nothing. Nothing. I call her, go straight to voicemail. Half an hour passes, straight to voicemail. And I look at my coworker, and I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I get this vision in my head of me going to the house, seeing all the lights off, but the door is ajar, walking in the house, seeing her standing in the corner holding a knife and her children sprawled out on the couch. And I guess you can see what I'm getting at here. That's the vision I keep getting into my head. And I tell my coworker, I'm like, hey, you got to give me a little bit. I got to go. I got to go drive to Mililani. I'll be back in about an hour or two, okay? She's like, do what you got to. I got it, So I'm driving. I call up my friend Nikki, who lives in the area, and I'm like, hey, something's going on. She's like, yeah, I know. I love psychics. Can you drive by and check them out? She drives by. It was like 8:30 p.m. She's like, Joe, their car is in the driveway, but all the lights are off. Like, all the lights are off. The boy, the 2-year-old, was like a tornado. This kid had so much energy, right? And I'm like, there's no way. The lights are off. She's like, there's no sound, there's no noise, there's no movement, nothing but the car's home, Joe. And I'm like, all right, I gotta come. I gotta go over there. So I'm driving over the H3 and I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm praying and, praying to God, calling all the angels, the ancestors, whatever, everybody come help me. I pick up Mickey and we go over there and I park. I walk up to her door and the house is all black. I knock on the door and the door like kind of opens up and I'm like, crap, this is my vision. This is what I saw. I walk in, all the lights are off, right? I turn the light on and I'm calling out. I'm like, hey, listen, we're here. Hello, anybody home? Your door's unlocked. We're going to come in. I'm just want to do a wellness check. Want to make sure you're okay. I open up the door. She's in the corner of the room, staring at the corner of the room in some kind of like daze. And I look at the couch and her children are sprawled on the couch. And I'm like, what the heck? But she was not holding the knife. The children were physically exhausted. They were so tired, they had passed out on the couch. So I walked up to the newborn who was in the crib, and I'm talking to her like it's no big deal. Like, no, hey, I just thought I'd come over, check on you guys. How are you doing? And she kind of turns and she just stares at me. And I'm like, well, I see your baby has a diaper. Diaper rash is no fun. So I'm going to go ahead and change the diaper, okay? So I change the diaper of the newborn, and we're talking. And I'm trying to talk to her, keeping the thing light. Mickey is right at my side, just kind of looking around like, what the heck is going on? And as I'm changing the diaper, the phone in my pocket. You okay, brother? Okay. The phone in my pocket starts to play. And I'm like, what the heck? My hands are doing changing the diaper. My phone starts to play Michael, I think it was it started to play the exorcism prayer in Latin, I think it was. And I'm like, I think that was the one. And I look at Mickey, and Mickey's looking at me, and we're both wide-eyed like, what the hell? And I figure, you know what, brah? Let's just go for it. You know what I mean? Just keep going. Something is right. And I hear the prayer, and the prayer keeps playing, and then all of a sudden, Michael the Archangel's prayer comes over, maybe the next video on YouTube, I don't know. And so, and I'm just looking at Mickey like, yeah, you know what? We are protected, we are blessed, let's just keep doing our thing. And I told her, okay, well, you know what? Lady, I'm not going to say her name here, for obvious reasons. I'm like, we need to leave the house for a little while, okay? This house is very, very oppressive. Like, we need to leave the house, so come. I'll take you guys, my treat, we go to McDonald's. You guys want to eat dinner? The kids are just waking up. I'm hungry. And like, did you guys eat dinner yet? And they look at me and they finally remembered, but I'm still kind of a stranger, yeah? So, it was kind of weird, and they're like, we're hungry. And I'm like, you guys want McDonald's? All of a sudden, oh yeah, McDonald's, I grabbed the kids, the big kids, the 2-year-old, the 4-year-old, one arm, and I'm carrying them out the door. All right, Mickey grabs the baby. Me and Mickey are both supporting the lady, the mother, who can barely walk, doesn't seem like she's there at all. We talk to her, no response. And so we're like, all right, and like neighbors are looking now, and I'm like, okay, I say loudly, I'm like, all right, come on, I'm gonna take you to McDonald's. You guys never eat. I'm gonna take you guys to eat. This is my name. This is where I'm from. You know what I mean? Cover my butt. All they see is this weird guy walking into the house, taking the family and throwing them into his car. So I put her in the back seat with the kids. I had my car seat because Michael was a baby, right? My youngest. Um, Mickey's in the front seat next to me. So we're driving, and still I'm just I'm acting like I'm completely oblivious, right? And I'm just like da 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 da, you know, talking, not giving in to this very dark, creepy, overwhelming energy. And then I look in the rearview mirror, and I see she's like this, right? Her head's down. I look in the rearview mirror, and I see her do this. She looks up at me, and she says, "You can't have her. She's mine." I don't remember that. No. She says, "She's mine." No, yeah. "You can't have her. She's mine." And I looked at her, or it, or whatever the hell it was, and I'm like, who the hell invited you into my car? Get out of here right now. You're not invited. Like, get out of here right now, or I'll make you get out of here right now. And then I just started blasting the Michael the Archangel prayer over Bluetooth on my car. And I'm and Mickey's just over there like, what the hell is going on? He's like, oh my God, you know. And so we grab them food, and then we kind of take turns. We go into the parking lot. I bring out my chair. I sit her down in the parking lot. She's still not responsive. I give her coffee, iced coffee. I'm like, here, drink this. You look like you need energy. Here, eat this, you know. And she's still like that. She's still just like a mental patient, you know, like completely unresponsive. Until I grab my rosary, I dip it into my holy water, and I hang it above her head, and I use it kind of like a pendulum to have it swing in circles like that. As soon as that holy water hits her head, she gets animated. She starts hissing. She starts getting really uncomfortable. Her kids, Nikki has the kids, you know, they're playing and eating and that kind of stuff, whatever she could do to entertain. I'm dealing with the mother. And I keep dipping it, and I start praying. The Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I dip it back in the holy water. I hold it above her head again. And I'm holding her too, so she doesn't spaz out and fall out of the chair and hurt herself. And I keep doing that. This is in a public parking lot, right? People are driving by looking at this. Like, I don't know what else I could have done, right? And within about between 5 to 8, Lord, Our Fathers, she started coming back to herself. And she was like, hey, Rap, how's it? Sorry. And she was like, where am I? Joe, is that you? What's going on? What's happening? And I'm looking at her like, hey, welcome back to the land of the living, you know. And she managed to explain to me that she had developed psychic gifts after we had left on Friday, after we had blessed the house. And she delved into it so far she couldn't pull herself out. And she still wasn't all there. I called up my friend Marie, and who's in Manoa. And Marie, I'm like, Marie, you're going to need some help over here. Can you help us at all? She's like, I'm coming home from work. I can't drive there, but I will send you guys energy right now. She's like, as soon as I get home, I will send you guys energy. So about 15, 20 minutes. I'm on the phone with her. Mickey doesn't hear this. All right? Mickey, we switch. I get the kids, Mickey gets the mom. She's talking to her and trying to help her with her gift and all of that. And all of a sudden, the mom just kind of goes like that, starts freaking out. It's coming. It's coming. Something big is coming. Something big is coming. And she points towards Manoa. She's like, there's this big wave. It's coming. And Mickey just looks and she smiles and she's like, uh-huh. She's like, we need to get out of here right now. We need to get out of here. Mickey's like, no, this is my friend. This is my friend Marie. This is her energy. She's like, no, it's bad. She's like, it's green, isn't it? You see it too? Yeah, I see it. It's green. And it's wavy and pulsy. And she goes on describing how the energy looks. And the mother is like, you see it too. And you say it's good. That bad thing in her didn't want her to receive this protection, this blessing. Yeah, that kind of stuff. And so it wanted her to get out of there, but we kept her there, right? I called her husband. I woke him up. He was in the mainland getting their house together, and I explained to him everything that was going on. And I'm like, does she have a place to stay, dude? She is still not good. Military, yeah, so she didn't have anybody on the island. She didn't know anybody. There wasn't a single person she could have stayed with. And I'm like, this woman is in no way, she's in no shape to take care of her kids right now. You know, she was exhausted. She was going crazy. She acted like she was on drugs or on alcohol, but I know the symptoms from working at the, with those kind of people. And that wasn't the case, right? It was just really, really, the guy told me, no, it's fine. So I left her my number again and said, call me. You know, if you need anything, call me. I'm right on the island. I'll be here in 20 minutes, right? And so she never called me. Nothing. I think the husband reached out after and said thank you. Thank you for the help and all of that. But it wasn't for another couple years when her husband messages me again. Now they're in the mainland. And he said, I understand you've helped my wife before. I think she needs help again. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, she is going down the deep end. She is going crazy. She's saying she can't leave the house because the Wendigo is going to get her. The wife was, the mother was Native American as well. The Wendigo is going to get her and eat her, and so she hasn't left the house. And I'm like, all right, like what you're going to need is you're going to need holy water. You're going to need salt. All of a sudden, the message back is something like, screw your holy water. And I'm like, who am I talking to here? And then laughter. And I'm like, then he grabs the phone back apparently. He's like, I'm sorry, my wife grabbed my phone. And I'm like, okay, can we talk? Can we call? He's like, yeah, let's call. So I was on the phone with my other friend, Jamie. We did a three-way FaceTime call. No, messenger, right? And I'm looking at this girl. I call her Reese's girl, actually, because in this time, she actually had a Reese's shirt on. And she was like, and I'm trying to talk to her, like, hey, hi, Reese's girl. How you doing? Long time. And she just like staring, and just staring at me like she's an evil spirit and an evil creature and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, all right, you remember me? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, who am I speaking with? She says, my name is Rising Sun. I'm her guardian. I'm her protector. And I'm like, well, can I talk to her? I want to talk to the Reese's girl. No, she's sleeping. Leave her alone. I'm like, I'd really like to talk to her. I don't want to talk to you as much. I want to see how she's doing. She's doing fine. Leave her alone. I'm like, oh, I wanted to ask her that. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if this is a possession, which it appears to be at face value, or maybe a little bit more, but I do know that there's paranormal flavors intertwined into this. And so I start talking, and I'm playing mind games, and I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to ask her if she remembers when I came over to her house and blessed it. She's like, yes, she remembers. I'm like, does she remember this? Does she remember that? Yes, she remembers. Yes, she remembers. All of that stuff. And then, oh, yeah. So do you remember when we had McDonald's? Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, hey, Reese's girl, welcome back. It turned in from she remembers to, yeah, I remember. So now I'm talking to Reese's girl. And she got all flustered, and she's like, no. This is Rising Sun. No, this is not a Reese's girl. This is Rising Sun. And I'm like, okay, Rising Sun. What is your tribe? I think it was Apache or something. I can't really remember which one it was. Sorry. I'm like, okay, speak your name in your native tongue. Oh, I don't need to. I'm like, no. If you are Rising Sun, and you are the spirit of an Apache warrior like you claim to be, speak your name in your tongue. And she like, oh, I don't need to do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, Reese's girl, you need to get better. I'm like, I worked at the mental hospital. I worked with a lot of the mental patients. And I'm like, listen, I have experience working with people that suffer from schizophrenia. I tell her, you have a lot of things going on right now. You have spiritual things, you have mental things, you have health issues. You need to own up, realize what your problems are, and move forward on it. And I didn't let her, I didn't even let her talk. I kept going, and I'm like, listen, I have spoken to people who are in their 60s now, who had a schizophrenic episode for 30 years or 40 years, and they watch their kid. They don't even remember watching their kids grow up, and their kids only remember their mom being crazy because they didn't need medication, because they didn't need this. And the next thing they know, the last memory they have is when they were 20, and now they're 60. And their kids, they don't even know what happened. You know, I'm like, you don't want this to happen to you. I have watched the suffering from people who finally decided to take their medication decades later, all those years lost in your life because you didn't want help. Go ahead, ask for help. You got to do this. And she breaks down and starts crying. You know, I finally reached her. You know, of course, within about a minute or two, the walls came back up. And it was basically the end of the conversation from there, you know. But, yeah, I've seen her page. She reached out the next day, actually, her and her husband both, and said thank you for the help. And that's all I know. I don't know if she's actually getting the help, but I'll tell you, you know, she's my friend on Facebook. She looks a lot better. She looks a lot happier. She looks a lot healthier. So my prayers go out to her as well, but that was one of the craziest cases I had. The whole thing with you can't have her, she's mine, bro. That was just, you know. Yeah, I get scared. It was just, but you can't let yourself be scared, yeah, sometimes. Because what you gonna do? Run away? You don't have that option, yeah.
So, Zach had a question. Rising Sun, was that a native warrior that took over someone?
So, Rising Sun supposedly was what Reese's girl claimed was she was Native American, and that was her guardian, her ancestor, that possessed her to protect her from the Wendigo. But I really didn't feel that it was that. I really felt that I really felt that it was a mental health issue, schizophrenia, that kind of stuff. Because when I talked to her, I could tell that this was her, and I could see the guard that was up there, the barrier that was up over there, that kind of stuff. Hey, how about you? Sorry, when I'm telling the story, I try not to read the comments because then the story takes an hour and a half to tell. So, hey, Colin, good to see you, Rack. Hawaii, how's it? Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Yep. I see getting him in the comments, so. But yeah, he's a new sub, so solid.
Yeah, right on, yeah.
Hawaii. I like that spelling too.
Hey, Boogas, how's it? Yeah, so, I mean, you guys want to hear another story, or one more time? Yeah, good to see you too. Sorry, I got confused as well, yeah. You guys want to hear another scary story, or what? It's up to you guys. How you guys doing over there?
I'm good, guys. My answer is yes, but it's on you, brother.
Hanaho. Okay, one more. Hanaho, I hear Hanaho on all my platforms over here.
There we go. Hanaho means another one, brother.
Yeah. Hanaho, one more time. This one was a more recent one, and it was scary. It also doesn't have a happy end. I'm not gonna play the recording, but I do have the recording. So I get a message, and this is in November of 2019. I get a Facebook messenger message saying, hey, hi Joe, nice to meet you. I'm reaching out for help from one of my friends. And I'm like, okay, what's going on with your friend? And he's like, I think my friend is possessed by several different things. And she sends me a picture. In the picture, she says, I snapped this picture, is her friend sitting down with her iPad. And the one I'm talking to, I'm sorry, we'll call them Mandy is the friend, and Shauna is the girl who is possessed. So Shauna is this young Filipino, or this Filipino girl, small Filipino girl, sitting down with her iPad like that. See, I forget the names already. Shauna and whatever. Melissa. I don't know. I forget. Mary. Shauna and Shauna's friend. So Shauna's friend goes behind her and notices that the tablet is not on, but she just keeps staring at it, and something is wrong. So she takes a picture, and in the reflection of the tablet is a face that does not belong to Shauna. She shows me Shauna's face, and she shows me that picture, which I still have. Good night, Joy. Yes, you are awesome. Thank you. I will talk to you soon. Um, that face didn't belong to her. It was. It looked like almost like a Japanese obake, like white drawn face, eyes, no more eyes, white eyes, kind of thing, that kind of stuff. And so okay, I'm like, all right, I'll try to help her. And so she's like, okay, we set up a time where we're gonna meet. She doesn't tell her who's coming. She doesn't tell her anything because she's kind of not all there. And we're gonna meet on a Sunday at 12, right? And so I'm getting ready. Maybe it's about 10:30 or so, and her friend messages me. She's like, "Oh, Joe, by the way, I'm so sorry, but I just found this out. Um, Shauna is a drug addict. She's turned to drugs, and that's another factor that I thought you should know about. I understand if you want to cancel, all of that stuff, right?" And I'm like, I'm already ready to go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? She's like, okay, I just wanted to let you know. Now, out of the blue, right before this happened, I had this guy message me on Messenger that just a completely random guy I'm not even friends with. We don't even have mutual friends. This guy lives in like Wisconsin or something, and he just messages me. He's like, the only message he sends me is, good Joe or bad Joe? And I'm like, this is so weird. What the heck? And then I'm sitting down after I get off the phone with Shauna's friend, and I'm sitting down and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, great, now we're throwing potential mental illness, drug addiction, all of this into it. And I'm like, brah, I cannot be a nice guy in this, and I'd like to be a nice guy. And so I'm like, so what? Am I going to be good Joe or bad Joe? And I'm like, wait a minute, what the heck? That was weird. And I decided that I'm going to be bad Joe. I'm going to be strict. I'm going to be like one uncle who's going to come over there and scold you. So I drive over to the house. Shauna's friend is on the way from Waianae, so she gets there like she's like an hour out, 45 minutes out. And I call up Shauna, and nobody answers the phone. I go up to the door, knock on the door, nobody answers the door, and I'm sitting in my car. I call up Shauna's friend. I'm like, hey, nobody's there. No, she's like, no, I just talked to her. She's home. I wait outside for a whole hour before Shauna's friend comes up. Tira, right? Shauna's friend come up, start pounding on the door. Hey, Shauna, get the hell over here. Open the door before I break the door down and kick you all. You know what I mean? Like that, right? So then you hear these footsteps coming down the stairs. The door opens up. And then there's Shauna standing there. At 1 o'clock now in the afternoon on a Sunday, dressed in tube top, high heels, makeup, like she's going to one club, right? And I'm like, brah. I'm like, or whatever. You know what I mean? She's like, what? Whatever you have, how come you never answer the door? Huh? He was waiting outside for an hour for you. Oh, I don't know. Something was telling me, don't open the door. Don't let him in. And I'm like, that's exactly why I need to come in. Is there a place where we can sit down and talk? And she's like, yeah, follow me. Keep in mind, no introduction, no shaking hands. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know my name. She didn't know nothing. She starts walking. We start walking to the kitchen. She starts having these small spasms. Like she's walking and I guess we can sit here. you know, points to the dining room table, and I'm looking at her like, you okay or what? I get my tea leaf, I get my holy water, I get my salt, I got my rosary, you know what I mean? I'm like, just in case, right? I'm like, oh, we can sit over here, and she's like tweaking and tweaking, and so she sits at the edge of the table, nearest to the sink. Like the sink is behind her, and before I could even say anything, this other voice starts coming out of her, and it was like, it was like, "Hi, Joe. You're gonna fail, Joe." And I'm like, I look at her friend. I'm like, looking at her like, did you tell her my name? She's like, no. How the hell does this chick know my name? And like, we carry on this conversation. This is freaky, all right? Um, and this voice starts coming out of her that is not this young, small Filipino girl. And so I say a prayer, or I pray over her, and I hit her with holy water. I have my St. Michael medallion, and she starts screaming when the holy water hits her, when the medallion I put it on her forehead, and I had to hold her down because she started like trying to hit something, you know, trying to get off of the chair, spasming kind of stuff. And I'm thinking like, you know, let's just go with it. This could be fake. I don't care. This could be real. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I just don't want her to hurt herself. You know what I mean? Because with drugs, usually come mental illness, right? And I'm over there like, okay, and I'm talking and I pray and all of that stuff. And then I hear her talking in different voices. Okay? Let me know if you guys want to, if Matt, if it's okay, if I play that.
Yeah,
If it's okay for your son.
it'll be all right.
Okay.
He's singing to himself.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I might play a little bit of a recording. Um, she talked in many, many different voices. I have the whole session recorded, 2.5 hours of it. 30 to 40 minutes of these other spirits, and I'm trying to bring her out of her. I'm trying to wade through and push aside all of these other spirits. Now, according to her, she was possessed by over 21 different spirits, and there were many people who had tried to help her before, and nobody could. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm the diamond in the rough. Yeah, no, I'm going to try. You know, I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm definitely going to try. Throughout this whole ordeal, listening to the recording, I don't really have much memory that I didn't recollect from listening to the recording again and again and again and again and again. I wasn't near her. And the funny thing was, when I finally brought her back, so I've been told that I channel Michael the Archangel. I've been told that when things like this happen around me, my eyes start to glow with a golden color or a golden glint people will see, and my personality changes and I become somebody else. And I'm listening to my voice over this, and I am cocky. And I'm not exactly taunting it, but I'm not exactly giving in. You know what I mean? I am ancient, I am evil, I am this, I am that. I'm like, yeah, I bet you can't even speak Latin, huh? Go ahead, try to speak Latin. You cannot speak Latin? You ain't nothing. Quit wasting my time. You know, like that. That's the kind of stuff, yeah? I finally brought her back. She thought my name was Michael. I didn't even say the word Michael. She thought my name was Michael. Even though I had corrected her a dozen times, she kept calling me Michael. She's like, well, you know, and so what we did was I brought her back. We pushed all those voices to the side, all those other spirits to the side. And I found out that she is very gifted. From the events that had happened that she would explain to me is she's a trance medium almost, where spirits will come into her, take over her body, and speak through her. But the problem was she was afraid of it. She didn't learn how to use a gift. And so she turned to alcohol, and she turned to drugs, and she turned to all of that stuff as a way of blocking it out, trapping them all in her. And there were a few really powerful, really bad ones that were vying for control. The only reason why she wasn't fully possessed is because none of them could win. Yeah. There were Filipino ghosts in there. It was so strange. And so we talked about getting herself centered spiritually, go to church, go to the doctors. And the whole reason why I got called was because there was that, but there was also, she had been diagnosed with cancer. And her friend said that her cancer was probably a cause, she thinks was a cause of the spiritual. And so I'm over there trying to walk through and trying to help her. Okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to stop the drugs or they're not gonna treat your cancer. You gotta go to a psychiatrist, you gotta take the medications they prescribe to you gotta go to church. You know what I mean? We go over all of this again and again. Now I'm not um nice about this. You know what I mean? I'm bad Joe, I'm mean Joe. And I'm like, no, no, no. You gotta do this or you gonna die. Okay? You don't understand. You get kids, yeah? You want to leave your kids by themselves, huh? You got to get your straight. You know what I mean? You got to get your in order, or else you're gonna die, and this is gonna be your legacy. You know, I mean, it was, yeah, I was tough love, maybe you call it. Now I'll play the recording in a minute, but as I said, like, I didn't want to follow up with her because I had already used the persona of tough. You know, I wanted to drag her to church with me. I wanted to take her there. I wanted to say, let's go. I'm picking you up. We're doing this now. And I wanted to walk her through all the steps. But I figure, you know what? I cannot. This is not my kuleana. This is not my job, not my responsibility. This is not my problem to fix, and this is not my victory to have. This is hers. She has to change her mind. She has to do this. Well, long story short, she never did. And she ended up passing away a couple years ago from the cancer. It's tragic. She left behind many, many loved ones, and they miss her very dearly. And that's why it's kind of a personal nature. And so I share the story not for entertainment purpose, but hopefully for people to learn. Yeah. Um, there's a lot more dangers to this kind of stuff than you would think. Yeah. So I'll let you guys, if I can find the recording, yeah? Thank you, by the way, for subscribing and all of that, too. Yeah, much appreciated. No, what is this? They asked me millions of questions. No, just knock it off. So I did send it to my friend, and that's how I'm pulling it up, yeah?
You ever did a recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rock was asking about it. Like, is this a video he posted? No, it's
No, this is
a
a...
case he did. Sorry, go ahead.
Where did I send it? I know I sent it to this chick. Yeah, it was. Yeah, here it is. It might take a minute to load. Oh, God. And I have this on the speaker, don't I? Oh, God. Dara!
Father,
Hold on.
the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Dara, you just joined. I don't know if you want to listen to this. This is kind of a scary one. I had a question. How did you first get into this kind of stuff? Hey, Noah. So, I've always been taught that ghosts are real. My house is haunted. And, this is Dara, this is a recording that I have of a case of somebody speaking in different voices. So, you have to they call them mine. But hi, it's great to see you. Yeah, no, so I've always been taught to respect and that we have a kupuna buried under our house, and it's here to I love you too. I was taught to respect them, right? And that's how I learned my protocol. Is you introduce yourself to the spirit. You can exist the old Hawaiian way with the spirit. And as I said before, I'm still very Christian. I believe God created all these Hawaiian gods and goddesses and spirits and ghosts, and I treat them like I treat our kupuna, because I believe you gotta treat them with respect. Anyway, sorry.
Amen.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Who am I speaking to? What's your name? Who am I speaking to? What's your name?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to speak to the last person that I was talking to. Who am I speaking to?
I don't know.
You keep in mind, all of these voices are the same person. Yeah, there's me and the girl. Those are the only two people that are talking and making noises. I know what your name is.
I don't know.
All right. I command you in the name of Michael the Archangel, the defeater of the Satan, the one who banished him from heaven into hell.
You.
You think that Michael the Archangel was stronger than you?
Oh, Makela.
What is your name?
Makela.
Makela. Why are you in her, Makela? What do you want from her? Why are you
She's
here?
nice.
She's nice?
Yes. She's sweet.
She is. Are you being nice to her?
No, help her.
You're not trying to help her.
What do you mean?
You're growling.
No,
You're not trying to help
It's
her.
not me.
I want to talk to Makela.
She doesn't want to talk to you. We want to talk to you because we want to save her.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I want to talk to Makela.
What the fuck do you want?
I want you to leave her
Why?
because you don't belong here.
You're the fifth person. You're the one who fell.
I don't plan on failing.
Why? Ooh.
Yeah, that's enough of that. you get the yeah. And I'm gonna close that because I don't want that to play by itself when I'm driving away in my car today. That's happened to me before. I forget to close them, and the media continues playing over Bluetooth for fun. I remember one thing is at one point, like she kept rocking her head back and forth. Her hair just kept coming down and covering her whole face, creepy style. And I remember thinking that this girl was, she's crazy and she's trying to get my attention and she's lying and she wants to be special and blah blah blah. Or maybe this is just a delusion that she has, and this is just her acting or fulfilling the delusion, right? But so I did a few tests, and one of the tests that I remember, one of the tests, first of all, one of the things that I can't explain was how she knew my name. She went on to talk and tell me things about other cases that nobody knows, about dreams that I had, and taunting me with that, and laughing at me about my failures and all of that, so, but that came after. Her head was down like that, and I was like holding her neck so she didn't bang it on the sink, yeah. And I remember I kept hitting her with holy water, and she kept yelling, right? And I'm thinking, yeah, that's just psycho, you know what I mean? That just her brain is doing this, right? So I reached behind her head. She doesn't see this, and I grabbed the tap water off of the counter, and I start hitting her with the tap water, pretending it's holy water, right? And she starts laughing. She starts laughing and says, your holy water is weak. Your holy water is nothing. And then I hit her with the real holy water, and she goes back to screaming again. Like that kind of thing. And so that placebo test, the placebo effect, yeah, I guess that showed me, I don't know if I can say she passed it or she didn't, but yeah. So what was the face in the reflection of the iPad? Did you find out what it was? So I talked to one of my friends who knows this Filipino stuff, because this girl's Filipino too, and he told me I did the story one night when he was here, and I showed him the picture. I don't want to show the picture because it shows her identity almost, I did show it to him. I don't want to show it on social media. And he looked at the picture and immediately said, this is this. I forget, it had a Filipino name to it, it's a type of ghost or spirit that possesses people, and it's really pilau, really stink, really just dirty, and its whole thing is about possessing people. So I looked it up too, and I forget what it was called, but yeah, that's what he told me. And brah, it was just that was the one. That was one of them. Anyway, um, sorry, let me read this over here. Everybody good over here? Yeah. Hi, Skippy. How's it? Aloha. Yeah. Thank you guys for liking and all of that stuff too. Mahalo. Um, whew. One of these days I will try the rainbow thing. Maybe another one, but I just don't have enough devices for that right now. But yeah, I don't know. I might get another phone. You still in shock? That's it. I've been doing this for a while. You know, there's other crazy stories. I have recordings, but I only bust them out in October, Halloween time, of that thing speaking in Latin. Um, that one was really jacked up. You know, all of these stories I don't tell to, ooh, they're kind of spooky, spooky. You know, it's like these are spooky stories, but sometimes there is a way out of it. And so if you ever find yourself in this situation or know somebody who does, the main thing I tell everybody who reaches out for help, you are not alone. You are not by yourself, you have help. You don't know how many times these entities, I won't say demonic, some of them might be, but other ones I've met a lot of, or not met, I've seen a lot of pretenders where they do things in threes, but as soon as you say it's St. Michael, oh, boom, they're gone. Aloha oi. They are gone. They do not come back. Once you mention St. Michael's name, you know, it teaches, to me, these stories teach faith. And these entities, they like to manipulate, they like to control, they like to, you are by yourself. Nobody's going to listen to you. You know, everybody thinks you're crazy. No one's going to believe you. That kind of stuff, right? You see your brother over there? No, don't talk to him. He's going to think you're crazy. And so a lot of these people will just sit, and that's when that's when it becomes a demonic infestation. First it's demonic, what is it called? No, infestation, and that's when it becomes demonic oppression, and then it goes into demonic possession, right? Those are the three stages over there. You always have help. If you meet somebody like that, let them know that they always have help and they're not by themselves. But this place has been kind of quiet, yeah?
Yeah, I've heard a couple of things here and there, but
I've heard a couple of
nothing,
things too,
yeah,
but it's
nothing.
just been really
I've
chill,
heard
man.
before. It's very, very, very. I think maybe yeah, I think we've done the right thing tonight.
Yes,
So,
yes, yeah.
I think they're at peace.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just like in the name of Jesus, exactly. I, how my mind works is like the Holy Trinity, Father, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They are all one, but they are all separate, but they are all one. I've been asked before why I say the prayer to Michael the Archangel. I'm not worshiping Michael the Archangel. I'm calling him to come over and help. I picture Jesus as compassion and love. I picture Michael as that same energy, or that same, like he's the will of God in Jesus, but he's the badass with the sword. I don't want to see Jesus, my image of Jesus, I'm comfortable with him being loving, arms open, and forgiveness and all of that stuff. You know, that's kind of how I separate the two. But yeah, I always pray to Jesus, yeah. And I'll ask Michael for help, but when I do pray, I pray to Jesus. I will say the prayer to Michael the Archangel as a way of protocol and as a way to kind of summon him. Not summon him, but to define my purpose, right? That kind of stuff. So many mysteries, and I stay curious. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I consider myself a very strong and devout Catholic, and just doing stuff like this and having things like this happen to me throughout my life has only made my faith even stronger, right? I might not go to church every week, you know, I might not go door to door, but you know, knocking on the doors and that kind of stuff. But I believe that you shine your light, and people that need the light will come. You know, I have helped many people on their path to Christ and all that stuff too. Yeah. Yeah, we're all here for a reason and purposes to fulfill. Exactly. Oh, 2.5 hours. Yeah, you like to own story? Everybody here's still on. What's the matter with these guys? They're still listening. You guys never fall asleep yet?
I didn't. I was just thinking of, I think I went about South Point.
Yeah, go. I like to take one break.
Yeah, smart.
Okay. Hey, Sean, how's it? Okay, I'm gonna let brother Matt come over here and share some stories.
Okay, ooh, you get your camera wish. Because this one might take a little longer.
I gotta stretch.
Yeah. Give me a second, guys.
I didn't realize I was sitting down for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I've been getting up and down. Oh man status. Hey, aloha. Remind me, I'm not a very good camera guy, but this is one of the stories. I'm born and raised in Kaneohe, but all my family is from the Big Island, Waimea area, Kamuela. So I spent a lot of my summers up there. I actually lived in Kamuela my freshman year in high school, so I went to attended Honoka'a High School. So while I was there, staying with my auntie guys, we went out camping out at Salt Point, near Greensand Beach, if you guys are familiar with that. And this area, so it's me, my cousin, my auntie, and the husband, and we're out there camping. And there's this, I don't know, I call it a tide pool, but it's not one of those circular tide pools. It was this long strip of like a crevice or a crack that was in the reef. And mind you, at South Point, the cliff is pretty high from the ocean, but this water would come in, and like I said, it was a tide pool, and it's just like the only place that it was that there was a tide pool there in South Point, where the area we was at, which is, like I said, it's located right next to Greensand Beach. And so this long tide pool leads out to the ocean, and my cousin and I, we were camping there for, I would say, for a few days, over the weekend at least, for sure. And you know, we would hang out in this tide pool, take a dip, you know, cruise, and it wasn't very deep. The tide pool was probably, I'd say maybe knee high at best. But we'd take our rice, came time to wash rice and stuff, but we'd wash it in the tide pool, and then after we finished washing, then we would take fresh water, use the fresh water to actually measure off our rice for cooking and put it on the campfire. But you guys should try that if you guys don't. Washing it in salt water kind of gives the rice a good flavor. But anyway, so this tide pool is super calm, and we used to play in it the whole time we were there. And one of the days that we were there, I got this. We had brought our spears and our goggles, and we had our fishing gear. We was trying to fish for nenui and stuff like that. And you know, I had just one day I had decided to put on the goggles and go look into the tide pool and see what was actually in there. And as I swam up the tide pool towards the ocean, I found this little pocket. It was kind of a deeper section, not a super deep, but I would say probably waist high, you know, as far as the water goes. So a little deeper section, and I see all these little hinaleas and stuff. And back then I wasn't really into fishing as much. My dad had passed away, and I kind of got away from that, and so my cousin was kind of bringing me back in. So I really didn't know what these fish were at the time, but I know now. But they were little, like the rainbow hinaleas, not the brown and bluish one, but these ones are like the greenish, red and yellow color. And so I got this bright idea, like, hey, get fish inside here, I tell my cousin. So I jump out of the tide pool, and I go to grab my spear, and I start to enter the tide pool, and I start swimming up towards that little puka that I found. And mind you, this tide pool has been calm and just totally mellow, like no action, no nothing, the whole time we were there. But somehow I enter this tide pool with the spear, with the intention to shoot a fish. Not that I was going to eat it, but I just wanted for spear and fish. I was young, kind of dumb, not thinking well. But as soon as I entered into that area, all of a sudden these waves start crashing up onto the cliff, and it hits this tide pool, and this tide pool starts getting the what do you call it, turbulent and gushing and whatnot. And so my cousin is swimming up with us. Uncle Joe. Sorry guys, my son asked me a question. So he's I'm telling him about it, and he's coming to swim up to that area that I'm at, and so he ends up in front of me. And like I said, the water starts getting super rough. These waves are starting to crash over the cliff into the tide pool. And I'm holding this spear, and as I try to go, the tide pool starts whitewashing out. I can't see a thing. And it gets extremely, this big wave comes crashing in. And I'm holding the spear in my hand, basically, but I'm holding on to the rock or the side wall of the tide pool. And with this one wave comes, and it blows my cousin right past me. Mind you, the way I was holding the spear, my cousin could have easily got stabbed by that spear. I don't know how it missed him or how he wasn't stabbed, but it blew him right towards the back. Not after he got blown past me, another wave came in and blew me right out of the whole tide pool itself. And I'm talking, this is a long tide pool. This little crevice is, I'd say from the cliff or where the ocean is, this crevice, this tide pool was easily 50 to maybe about 75 yards going inland. And we're towards the back end of this tide pool, more towards inland. And like I said, I'm swimming up towards the ocean, and it blows me completely out, blows my cousin out. And now this tide pool is raging, water rupturing, just, we're completely out of the tide pool, no longer in there. And I'm holding the spear, and I'm, it starts to calm down. So I think, hey, you know what, boom, I'm gonna try to jump back in. I try to jump back in, and it starts raging again, boom, boom, boiling up, and just whitewashing out, can't see a thing. And I'm like, bro, this is not right. And my cousin is just standing on the back end. Mind you, he's older than me, and he knows better. And so he's just standing there and watching me, and I'm just still being dumb and naive, trying to jump back in and see if I can shoot a fish. And this tide pool, for some odd reason, not some odd reason, I know why now, because I didn't belong there doing that, but it wouldn't let us back in. So I end up, you know what, I kind of figure it out. I drop the spear, and calmness, like that, complete calmness. The tide pool goes back to how it was the whole weekend, and it allows me back in, allows my cousin back in. And I'm just mind struck, blown, like, what the hell just happened? Did that really just happen? Like, I'm looking at my cousin, he's looking at me, and I'm like, are you okay, dude? Like, I felt you blow right past me, like he banged me. And I'm thinking, how did you not get hit by the spear? How did you not get punctured? He doesn't know. We have no answers for this. And like I said, it was as soon as I dropped that spear, and I said, you know what? No, I'm not going to go and poke these fish. How these fish are even up there on this cliff in this tide pool is beyond me. We were swimming in that thing that whole weekend. Never knew that the fish were even there. Never knew there was fish. Never really bothered. We just went there to cool off, and like I said, go wash our rice, and then go make our rice for dinner and stuff, then lunch. And so it was just amazing at how, once I realized what nature was trying to tell me and what the islands were saying, that, bro, you're crossing a line. You're not supposed to be doing this. We allowed you to come here, and we allowed you to play and rest and enjoy yourselves here. But as soon as I crossed that line, it taught me a quick lesson, and it almost could have cost my cousin's life. And so it was, but like I said, it was crazy. As soon as I put the spear down, right, it allowed us to enter back in. The whole place calmed down, and like I said, the cliff is high, but there's waves that weren't coming up. Even though it was a rough weekend as far as the water goes, but the waves weren't really coming up over the cliff like that. But to see this massive whitewash just start blowing in and wiping out this tide pool, it literally pushed me out, and my cousin said, beat it, bro. You guys are crossing the line and being disrespectful of the place. And so that was one of the events there, and that's kind of where I would say a start of more of my understanding and being accepting and learning more things about this islands and the paranormal activity and whatnot that goes on, and showing respect for places. Yeah, so we always got to be mindful and understand, and that's why I say understanding people's culture and their way of going about things, and having respect or showing respect is that one actually taught me a good lesson. And so that's something that I'll never do. I'm very mindful about where I go now and how I approach things, and how I um, look at things differently now. Yeah, it gave me a different aspect. And like I said, it was a super scary experience for me. How it just seemed to calm down as soon as I put the spear back down. Mind you, I didn't mention this, but I put the spear back down, it calmed down. I picked the spear back up and tried to get in, and it started raging once again. I said, that was what told me, like, no, man, you're doing wrong. So I threw the spear back on the side. I left it there. We never did touch that spear again. Never did enter the water there with that kind of intent. And like I said, the remainder of the camping trip, and right after I dropped that spear, the tide pool turned back to nice and calm, clear water. You can see everything. It was, South Point is such a beautiful place, but there's a lot of history there, guys. So, if you guys go in and venture into these places, please be careful, please be mindful. When locals tell you things, don't just brush it off or shake it off, but they're telling you this kind of stuff for a reason. It's not to be judgmental or anything, but sometimes, be hard-headed. I was hard-headed, and I learned a valuable lesson that night. And like I say, that's just one of the experiences I've had. I've had very, very many experiences in various places on the Big Island. I spent a lot of time up there, between Oahu, Kaneohe area, and Waimea and whatnot. And so, yeah, guys, that's just kind of my story there on that. That's just one of my South Point stories. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna let Joe. You ready to get back on, or do I need to share another one or something? I told you I'd give one a week. I told two plus one in the storybook. I mean, one in the chat, guys.
Yeah, up to you, bro.
Okay. Well, here's a quick one. It's kind of a little history. Since I know Troy was talking about rocks earlier. So down in Waipio Valley, if you guys are familiar with the area, with the entrance, you go down Honaka'a Hill, head back towards the Waimea area, and there's a road that heads back to Waipio Valley. And the roadway down there, if you look at the beginning part of the roadway, it's a double lane that you can drive down, and there's a certain area that the double lane disappears, and it goes to like just kind of a one lane road, and there's small sections that you can kind of pull off to the side and allow the upcoming traffic. So part of the rules is in Waipio Valley, the guys that's coming uphill out of the valley gets the right of way to the guys that's going downhill. So going downhill on the right side towards the ocean, you have these little kind of pull-offs, kind of like a lookout. Not really a lookout, but it's just the road gets a little bit wider. Well, the reason why the road is like this, there's this big boulder up at the top, right before the double lane section ends. This is what I was told from my cousin, guys. But there's this big boulder that sits up there. And when they were making construction of this road, construction crew had pushed this boulder off the cliff. And the cliff now, where the boulder sits, the cliff below it is over 1,000 feet, and it goes directly into the ocean there. So the construction guys would push the boulder off, right? Because now they're working and trying to create this road to go down into the valley. And they pushed the boulder off that day, and they return in the morning. This big, massive boulder is back at that original position, and I believe they did this for a few days. And every morning they came back, the boulder sat there, back in its original position. How does a boulder come up from a 1,000-foot cliff is beyond me. But I think they realized that, hey, this is construction stopped. They no longer widen the road, and that's why the road gets narrow as you go down. And there's these, so far down, there's these little kind of where you can pull off to give the right of way of the uphill traffic. So that's just a little short story history. Waipio is a beautiful place. They got the Z Trail there. It's Valley of the Kings. I surfed there a lot when I was a freshman in high school. Don't mind me, but we used to cut school every day, go down there, surf. I mean, you'd be surprised at how amazing the water is down there. It looks super dirty, but it's a black sand beach. and like you can literally, when I used to go surf down there, I could read the words off my fin. That's how clear the water is. Never did look that clear, but that's like, it's a beautiful place. But mind you, it's a very, very active and spiritual place. So if you guys are ever down there, keep the respect. Yeah. It's not a place you want to mess around with or be stupid about, because it can get dangerous. It can be harmful to you. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of history behind that place. I know that trail goes back to some other valleys that the locals have hiked back there. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but yeah, that's my little story for you guys this week. So I'll get back to you guys again next time. We'll see. I don't know. We may not keep this going. Alrighty, guys. No problem, brother.
Oh, that's a stretch.
Right?
Oh, okay, everybody.
I had to give up my phone. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Matt. That's awesome.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I like hearing stories too.
Sorry, guys. I gotta get off the chat. My son's phone died, so
Oh,
I won't be responding in the chat. He's now using my phone to play games. So,
hey, priorities, bro.
for any comments. Sorry, I didn't read while I was telling stories, but
What kind of
I'll
charger?
go back
take?
and look at it. Oh, I got his cord. Yeah, Uncle Joe has a power bank. Let me go get
I
the
get a
cord.
couple.
Okay.
And this one is at 58. For the 3 people on Facebook that haven't chatted in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I can share one more because we're talking about porno, and I got a little story that I wanted to share, but I just haven't shared it for a while. This is when I did the ghost tours. What kind of phone you get, can I? Apple or
Android.
Android? Okay, I don't want to charge. I don't want to cord on me. I get the cord in the car, but yeah. Oh, this bugger hot. Oh, 10% from 100. By the way, I got this solar charger, yeah, battery bank. That thing takes 24 hours or 26 hours of direct sunlight for charge to 100%.
200?
24 hours. So like a couple days of direct sunlight to charge to 100%. Yeah. Better than nothing though. What is Capono? Yeah.
That I got you
Oh, Pono. Pono would be righteous.
Righteous, yeah.
Doing what is right kind of thing, right? That would be Pono.
I'll give him my phone back.
If that's what you're meaning, Rack. Are you guys doing a show on August 1st? If that's a Friday, then,
Yeah, it actually is.
then yes, it'll be Friday.
Yeah, I should do my
Don't worry. Don't worry. No worry at all. You get questions asked. There's no such thing as a wrong question. Unless you're a troll, and then I have a lot of fun. That's some of the things they say I can't repeat on live. So.
Yeah, so just a quick one though, like, so, you know, guys, be mindful, yeah, nature has a way of telling you things, yeah, about, you know, whether you're doing wrong or you're crossing the line. So, like I said, be aware of your surroundings, you know, don't just try to block things out. You know, I know a lot of you guys in this group are gifted, or you guys have experiences here, so that's, you know, that Taipu story is one of those things that awakened me to really paying attention to my surroundings and understanding that when the signs are, you know, when the signs are telling you something,
Listen.
but listen. Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Public service announcement.
I talk to people. It's like on the tour. They don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts are not real. They're not gonna believe in ghosts. And I'm like, hey, I have another guy in the group. He's like, what? You're not gonna believe in ghosts until a disembodied hand comes up and slaps you on top of your head, huh? Actually, it was a disembodied hand, but it was doing something else. I won't repeat that. Gonna be Oahu, and like missed you guys stream. Okay, well, you're welcome to come out, brother. If you go be Oahu. Not Menahuni, sorry. School shopping, yeah, school shopping. Yeah, that's right. School starts pretty soon. Um, this one is about this site over here. I like this story. It kind of shows a lot of different things. We had gone on the tour. It was me and Uncle Joe. No, no, no. The first night was me and this other guy. This other. He wasn't very. He was a newer guide, and this was one local brother, but he enjoyed scaring people. And so his stories would be not porno. He would make up stories in the hopes to scare people. And I tell you, when you at a place like this where they are, and you tell them the stories, they listening. You better get them right, right? You better show them the respect, and you better you better tell the stories as they're meant to be told. Um, I always tell them if there's anything wrong, hey, you let me know. Sometimes I'll tell stories about events that I heard from somebody, and I'm always listening for them to correct me. Okay, I understand, brother. No worry. Um, so, anyways, we were on the tour, and we get over here to this trail, and he starts making up these stories about Kaupe, the cannibal dog man, and how he would eat people down at the river, how he would, you know, chop them up into pieces, dip them in their own blood, and eat their flesh. No, no. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Let this guy do his stories because I have the other sites. This is his site, and I'm standing off onto the side, overlooking what we'd call back then the abyss. Yeah, we're up in a little clearing right now. Our cars are right there, and you walk down into the abyss. That's where we went Tuesday night on the live with Bubba and Bean. Into the abyss. Anyway, so we're at the abyss, right? Well, I'm standing right outside over there, outside of the group, and I'm feeling, and like the wind is like there, and it's picking up, and the wind just keeps blowing and blowing and blowing, and the trees are making a little bit of noise. It feels tense. It feels angry to me, and I'm just paying attention, and I'm just focusing on this. And guy comes walking up to me. I remember he had a lantern. He was ex-military. He's like, "You feel that too?" And I'm like, "What are you feeling?" He's like, "This place is angry." Yeah. This place is really, really angry. And so I'm like, yeah, I feel that too. They're really upset. And then the new guide stops the story, how with the story he's done. And then tells, okay, you guys can walk around and take pictures. And this is back in maybe 2009. There weren't all the cool apps. The coolest app that was ever in existence back then was Ghost Radar, which had a little blip on a radar, but it had an obelisk attached where it would just generate random words. And so I feel this energy rushing up towards us on the clearing, and I'm standing there overlooking it, and I feel something coming up, really mad. And I said, no, 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 no. You need to stay down there. You're not welcome here. Leave. The lady next to me, her phone said, "Thou." That's you. I'm like, did it just tell me I'm the one that needs to leave? Then I realized, you know what? This is not my place. We are in their home. We gotta respect. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And other stuff started happening. I forget the words that came up, but there was a bunch of them. And I finally told them, I'm like, guys, we need to go. This is not safe right now. We need to get going. Of course, a lot of them are tourists, and they're all taking pictures. And the smart ones went back to the two vans, the 14-passenger vans, and the other ones were like taking pictures, and I couldn't get them in the van. And I'm like, guys, we're going. I'm gonna leave you here. Oh, that got them up and running. They went back to the vans. But meanwhile, the people in the vans, it was like the Portuguese race. So the people in the vans were like, hey, how come they're outside taking pictures? And so I get everybody finally walking back to the vans, and everybody that was in the vans are walking out to see what the heck's going on. And I'm like, I'm just switching people now. And I'm like, bro, we need to get out of here. Let's go. And they're like, oh, but what would you do? I'm like, bro, I'm leaving in exactly 1 minute. And you're going to be on the car, or I'm going to call you a cab. And the other guy was like, yeah, I think it's time to go. It doesn't feel so good. And I load up my van. He loads up his van. And I'm right about to get into my door where the other guy comes up to me. And he's like, I'm standing next to this big concrete barrier. And he's like, brah, how's this place? I'm like, yeah, this place, it's angry tonight. He's like, yeah. Hold on, I get him. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, hold on, I'll be right back. He walks over to his van, grabs a coconut. I don't know why, brought a man dealing coconut in his van. Okay. He brings the coconut over towards me, and I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna do an offering to the spirits to appease them and make them a little happier, right? Right on. And no, I was wrong. He instead decides to take the coconut, lift it over his head, and start bashing it on the concrete barrier as hard as he could, while screaming as loud as he could. And it took me by surprise. Like my stomach would jump up into my throat, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he keeps going, he keeps yelling in Hawaiian, telling them, leave, get out, all of that stuff. The coconut starts breaking into pieces. He starts grabbing, like, okay, while he's doing this, the wind is picking up. The trees are bending over. Okay, these trees are gonna fall on us. And I'm like, bruh, this was like intense, okay? The coconut breaks. There's a tree right in front of us, like not 5 feet away from us, that starts creaking and bending and moving, and the wind is now whipping through us. And he starts throwing the pieces of the coconut at that tree. And all of a sudden, all the wind stops. Everything is just dead silent. He turns around, looks at me, he's like, haha, mean ya, and scare him away. And I'm like, brah, no, you just made it worse. To me, it was a shocked silence. Like, he did what? What did he do to us? And I'm like, brah, you just made it worse. And then the wind picked up to even stronger than it was before. And I'm like, brah, we need to get the hell out of here now. And he's like, yeah, we do. He runs into his van. We drive away. We continue the tour. And I'm like, brah, what the heck? I was done with work. When I was done with tours that night, I had to work at Home Depot. So I went back to, this was like 1 o'clock. We were done. I didn't start Home Depot till 5 or 6. And so I'm just kind of cruising around town. I went to IL, a little shopping center over there. They had lights. They had people. They had one little internet gaming cafe. So I hung out around people. I called up my boss. He's in Florida. He's already awake. I'm like, brah, Chris, you got to talk to this new guy, all right? I told him what happened. He's like, oh, man. I've tried to. He don't listen to me. I'm like, you got to talk to him, bro. Somebody is going to get hurt on his tour, and we're going to be liable for this. I don't like somebody get hurt on this tour. He's making them really angry, really upset. And so we just start talking, and, and I'm like, but, during this time, there was so much things happening that all connected and that all made sense. What's that word? My friend Carolyn loves the word. It's like when everything falls into place. So it was that. Everything was falling into place. So I'm asking my boss, I'm like, so what is it that we're supposed to learn from this? Synchronicity, that's the word. What is it? Where's the lesson? What do we take away from this? What do we learn from this? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm driving around the little parking lot just to do something, right? And when I had first got into the parking lot, I noticed there was a light flickering. I'm like, I don't care if it's a ghost. Nothing's on the top tonight. And I started driving around, maybe like an hour later. I'm still talking to my boss, driving around. And then I pull I just park in a stall. And then I notice it's in front of the light that's flickering again. And that's when I tell my boss, what is this message that we're trying to get? Yeah, chain of events, exactly. And he says, I don't know. And then I look up and I'm like, well, the light is flickering again. And then I read literally the name of the store that's directly in front of me under the flickering light. The only light in that whole shopping center flickering. The name of the store was Pono, which means respect, and Uhane, which means the spirits. I even took a picture of that. I'm like, brah, okay, message loud and clear, right in front of my face. It was a Christian bookstore, I'm like, brah, that's unreal, The next day, I did a tour with Uncle Joe, and it was interesting because this one really stuck out to me. We had the Ghost Hunters, Taps, from the TV show on the tour. Adam, Britt, and the other redhead chick. Amy, I think her name was. Her name is, yeah. And they came on the tour with us, and they were having fun and all of that stuff, right? And so it was all just all vacation, fun, fun, fun. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, right on. You know, I'm still a little worried, and I tell Uncle Joe, yeah, Amy. I like Amy. Amy's cool. I talked to Uncle Joe and I told him about a little bit about the stuff that had happened the night before. I'm like, so you gotta watch out about the trail, bro, because you know something's not too good over here. Um, hold on, no, I'll get to that. And so, okay, you know, we come over here. This is our third stop. I pull up exactly where I pulled up every time before, and where I still pull up in front of the concrete barrier. And sitting in front of me is this big black dog sitting exactly where I parked, just waiting for me to come, like that, just sitting on his hind legs, looking at me. And the people in the van, oh, look at the puppy. This dog was pretty big, all right? Look at the cute dog. The dog starts wagging his tail. And I'm like, ah, great. Except for the fact that this is the place where I come and I tell the story about that cannibal dog man, who also appears as a big black dog. You know? And they're like, oh, it's a cute dog. You need to get out. I call up Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, there's one dog over here, bro. He's like, what? I'm like, bro, there's one big black dog that's waiting for us. I'm like, no way, bro. He's like, well, what should I do? You like get out of the car or what? I'm like, I don't know. This is kind of, it kind of creeped me out. It kind of freaked me out. But I figured, you know what the heck? You get one, had one Hawaiian lady in the back. She's like, what if it's a guardian? What if it's an Aumakua? And I'm like, well, but it doesn't make sense because Hawaiians never had guardians and Aumakuas, the animal spirits that will come protect you. They would never have an Aumakua of an animal that they would eat, you know. I decided, what the hell? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I got out of the van, did the stories. This dog stood at my side and walked at my side the whole time we were at the site. He was a nice dog, had his tail wagging. He smelled real bad, but he wanted to come with us after, and it broke my heart that I couldn't take him with us. We left. It was good. My friend calls me up the next day. Well, like, as I'm driving home, he's the librarian. He's my ghost hunting buddy too, Joe Serino. He calls me up and he tells me, hey, I came across a story, or I think it was like a journal or something, like a missionary stuff. I thought you'd find it interesting because it mentions the half man, half dog, Kaupe. And I'm like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah. So there was another Kaupe. Kamehameha had been gifted this big black dog by these people that came off of the ship. And he brought the dog into Nu'uanu Valley, named him Kaupe, and set him loose and sent him as one of the guardians of Nu'uanu Valley. And I'm like, oh, that's badass. The same night we had that dog. The only night I'd ever seen a dog here. I told Sereno, I'm like, hey, I think I met him tonight, you know. We went back the next night on the tour, and I had prepared a whole ho'okupu thing, and for the first time I mixed ava. That's like the nectar of the gods. That's the drink that numbs you and all of that. And first time I was gonna come down here after the tour and leave an offering of ava as well as some foods as an apology for what my coworker did. So I brought my friend Jen, who's psychic, and I brought my friend Obake, who's always comes out. So the three of us at 1:30 in the morning, we're walking down here, and like I'm telling you, this place felt like a luau. Okay, this place felt like there was family everywhere, and there was a big party. And I told Jen, what's going on? This place sounds like a party. It sounds like people start talking. It felt like there's dozens of people. And she's like, oh, Joe, you planned the whole kupu earlier? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I planned it like yesterday. She's like, yeah, they know about it. They've been waiting for you to come. They brought fish, they brought poi, they're having a big party over here. And I'm like, well, it sure feels like there's a big party. So I'm walking down, and as I said, it feels like a big luau over here. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I go down in front of the pohaku, the rock, and I sit down, and I start mixing the ava. And Obaki is running around taking pictures. And Jen sits down and she's talking to me. She's my translator. She's like, well, there's this big Hawaiian man. Jen's from New York. Okay, she doesn't know a lot about Hawaiian stuff. There's this big Hawaiian man over here, dressed in a white little cloth, the white tapa, right? This was the kahuna, the priest. And she says, he's explaining to me what had happened. Your friend needs to stop telling lies. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But he's not going to listen to me hard head. She said, and when he threw the coconut, he had hit a small child. And that is what made them upset. He threw a coconut at a child and hit him. And so I'm doing the whole kupu to bring peace back to this place and to apologize for all of this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? No can. And it was funny because when I started mixing the ava, the spirits love the ava. This wind, like we were in the center of this tornado kind of thing. Like 10 feet all around us, 15 feet all around us. We weren't touched by the wind, but there was this strong, like gale just going. You could hear it just blowing around us, but it wouldn't touch us. And Jen's like, she's laughing. She's like, oh yeah. Once you brought out that whatever that thing is you're making over there, she's like, all the spirits came because they want. But it's not meant for them. It's only meant for the spirits here. So they're kept away from us. And then Obake comes running back. He's like, oh, bro, I heard something. And I'm like, what? He's like, I heard a woman. I'm like, what did the woman say? She said, Mahalo. I'm like, Jen's like, yeah, there's a lady over there. And she wants to say thank you for all of this. And he was just tripping. He heard a woman in his ear say Mahalo or thank you in Hawaiian. Yeah. So that was a really awesome experience. That was a really, really cool experience. But it took all of that building up and all of that thing to, you see when people don't show respect kind of thing. Huh? And Noah, I'll answer your question. Have you ever thought about going to outer islands, or have you already? I have. I've been to the big island. I would like to go more, but take money. I even got one Southwest credit card so I can get miles when I go. I want to go back to Mauna Kea so bad. I had an amazing experience up there. I want to spend the night at that park. I'm getting tired. What's that beach park called?
Which one?
The one down on the east. The one I went to last time.
The here one?
The haunted one. Mackenzie's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Big Island.
Mackenzie's.
Sorry.
Yeah, Big Island.
I was reading comments. I missed the story. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Mackenzie's.
Mackenzie's.
Yeah, I want to go Mackenzie's. I want to go Big Island. But first, what I want to do is, I don't know who that is. Go Molokai, guarantee it. I don't like Go Molokai though, unless, well, if you guys are gonna ask me to co-host, I gotta know who you are. You know. Yeah, that child was okay. I mean, as okay as a ghost can be. But it was the disrespect that was shown, right? I don't think it actually hit him. Wife said go Ho'okena. Ooh. Was that
Maui?
big?
Ho'okena is Maui.
Ho'okena sounds Maui, yeah. How about coming to Kohala? Oh, I would love to come to Kohala. Definitely.
Oh, koala. Some
Yeah.
stories about koala too, bro.
So my family had a story about I guess not Kohala, Hawaii.
Well, Hawaii is on the way.
Yeah.
It's the top road up.
Like something was calling my niece and nephew from an alley.
I feel the kind whose hair is.
What? Hawaii?
No, it's koala.
Oh yeah, Kohala. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the way over there, yeah. Hawaii, the little city, had something calling them. That's where our family's from, yeah.
Mm.
So all of the records and stuff and all of that, yeah. I never been to Hawaii or never stopped off in there. You should drive from Hilo to Kona for a road trip. Oh, I would love to. I love driving. That's where I teach my son to respect the land because we weren't here first. Jamie. Alright, I'm trying to read some of these comments. Yeah. Oh, all the lights going up now. One by one. Yeah, all the lights one by one. That's why I bring extra lights.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense now, yeah?
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
that
yeah,
you-
yeah.
now that you say
Because
that.
I'm scared of the dark though. First the B light went out.
Like that, I don't know why we forget them. Walking off in the dark.
I had some
10
cool,
lights. Yeah. I only get 9. Oh.
me and Uwe had some cool experiences over at Boiling pots, yeah.
Oh yeah, that. I know you're tired, but nah, I'm not gonna push you. I know we have other stuff to take
Yeah,
care
yeah,
of
yeah,
after.
yeah, yeah.
But
Where
you
you
can
guys?
say
Where
you share
wanna?
that one. That would be cool. And since we were on that
Yeah,
the mole stuff, huh?
yeah, Quincy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that one was cool. If we Lottie's still here, we get to the place. We were telling the story about the Mo'o, the lizard god, one of the bad ones over there. Um, Kuna.
Okay, brother. Yeah.
About his fight with Maui, his battle with Maui, and all of that. Boiling pots, yeah. Then we go over there, we're looking, and they get this. And Kuna is freaking standing, like, God, whoa, 30, 40 feet high in the bushes. His presence was immense, and he wanted to fight. Oh, bro, I remember that feeling. This guy wanted to scrap, and my Hawaiian blood started boiling, and I'm like, oh, this fricka, like, scrap, come, you know, like that. We had to calm me down. And then my obelisk kept messing with me. What did it say? Like, I'm not gonna fight with it. This thing just he wanted to, try to scare me and that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, that one was huge. And it was just like, he was kind of like, yeah, like puffing his chest. Yeah, come on. And I'm like, what? What? We're like, no, we need to go, Joe. We need to go. I start walking away. My obelisk, which is a random word generator, randomly generates the word chicken. And I'm like, holy frick, I turn around, start walking back. No, just kidding. I'm like, just walk back. Walking back again, it said something else, like scared. I'm like, oh, this guy calling me out, bruh. Kuna. I think Kuna is like Hawaiian for like eel, but Kuna is the name of mo'o. Yeah, and he spelled it perfectly. We could feel his breath. Yeah, it was so hot. And call you one chicken as we was walking away. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. Molokai. I'd love to go to Molokai, but I feel like what I do here wouldn't be exactly welcomed as much. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend people or that kind of stuff. Hey, Mama, we are in Nu'uanu on Oahu in Hawaii on planet Earth. I teach my son to respect the land because we weren't here first. Exactly. We was talking about the spirit the kind Bubba was channeling the stuff. He said doesn't he's not happy that there's people come here. They make the place they litter. They make the place dirty. They don't show respect. That kind of stuff. And Matt was like, yeah, you get a lot of people that come here in the daytime, tourists and stuff, and they don't know how to respect. It's not that they don't show it; it's that they don't know how. And I thought I was like, yeah, kind of like the Hawaiians. We were the Howleys too, huh? We were the ones that came in and kicked out all the spirits, yeah. Before people were a thing, yeah. So the original people were like the Menahuni or just the spirits, the Akua. And I've heard that from some of them as well. Why are you in my valley? As people, kind of thing. So it's all perspective, right? Anyway, guys, it has been 3 hours. Any stories outside? What? Makapu or Big Island? Which island are you talking about, Quincy? To Kalau Papa. Yeah, cool pictures there, we run. Yeah, I'd love to go there. My family's from Molokai, and it probably depends on who takes you around. Exactly. I'm the kind Hawaiian where the tourists think I'm Hawaiian, but the Hawaiians think I'm a tourist. You know, until I start opening my mouth. Southside, yeah, good stories. Makapu, Makapu, get the fireballs over there.
The Hokele one, the one with the
Oh
two
yeah,
guys
yeah,
from
the vanishing
Waimanalo. That's
hitchhiker.
a
Yeah,
pretty famous, popular one that's gone out.
yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a night, that though, guys. I did have a long day today. It's Friday. A lot of stuff was going on, and I just kind of want to chill out and be mellow. Next week, I go till. Actually, what do you guys think about this? Because I'm having a hard time with all of my devices. So I was thinking about maybe Wednesday I go live on Facebook. Tuesday, Thursday I go live on TikTok. Friday I go live on YouTube. Or one of something like that. Yeah, I wanted to try one of the other apps too. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys listen? Would you guys jump platforms? I don't want to make people jump platforms. I know I have a lot of my following on Facebook, and I know that a lot of people on Facebook are like my parents, and they don't know how to switch apps and stuff like that. What time? Always 8 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. So yeah, always 8 p.m. What do you guys think about that? I'm on TikTok more now. Yeah, I know. TikTok though, TikTok you gotta watch the words that you say. You gotta watch the things that you do. YouTube as well. You know, Bubba did make a good point. It's very, very restricting. You can't tell stories about people unaliving themselves because if you say the wrong word, you get dinged. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, Noah, it's good to see you, bro. Maybe Makana will come out too. But yeah. Yeah, we just hang out, bro. We just hang out, talk stories. Sometimes we get the equipment over here too. I did bring all my equipment out. I just forgot to set it up because I got too involved in the stories. Yeah. No more TikTok. Yeah, that's right. TikTok is closing down soon. Check out that Rainbow app. Reinbow. And the other one, what was you guys saying on YouTube as well? Well, check that one out too.
Rumble.
Rumble. Rumble sounds like one dating app, bro. That's what I thought
There's,
was.
there's one I think it's called Bumble or something.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I heard about that one.
Um, oh God, yes, he's yeah, God, lowercase g.
Yeah, Rack is actually who Kuna was.
It's a live streaming platform. Yeah, yeah.
I got a island or something like that.
Yeah, I think I'll try because like right now, if you guys can picture, I have a phone here, and an iPad right in the middle between the two, and I gotta keep charging the batteries appropriately. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys again later. Keep in follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah. Behind me, I know get all kinds of stuff behind me. Raid, you came right for the end, bro.
I know,
Sorry,
I
my
just
brother.
seen
It's
that
been
too.
3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm pooped. They have Kick too. What is Kick, bruh? Ugh, so many platforms. They gotta make one that can stream to everything, pal.
I think we call it America Talk or something like that. America Talk.
Oh,
You can
I feel like an old man.
jump in. Yeah, bro. I can't
They
keep
get
up with them either.
Discord and then get all this other kind of stuff, and I get one Patreon app thing too, and I'm like,
Why do you think I only stay on YouTube, bro? I dropped them all.
I wish,
Facebook, everything. Just,
I wish.
It's just getting too much. I just do even but YouTube now is
You
already
get paid by
kinda
the
getting
hour
out of
on
hand.
Kick apparently. Oh wow, man, that could be fun. Kick, huh? So we get Tick, we get Rumble, Bumble, Tumble,
Rumble.
Rumble, Kick, Rumble. Okay. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna look this up right now before I forget. So
Kick is like Twitch.
Kick is like Twitch, and get Twitch too. Frick, I forgot about Twitch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I know a couple of people was asking about that. I think it was Hiccup or something. Or we're on Twitch. The
I just will
stream.
come, bring my
Oh.
PC over here, my monitor, just hook them up to my car, put them on one table. For real, I can do OBS. I can do all of them on OBS. But
Good thing I get one youngin with us for educate us a little bit more.
yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't like take hours saying good night. So anyway, yeah.
Hui hoi, everybody.
Hui ho, guys. Good night. Take care. Aloha. Yeah, one and that one. And